That is why I call it the Trash Mac.
Hold
There
it
you
in.
go.
Hold it in, Dad.
There you go. So that's why I call it the Trash Mac. The Trash Mac. Could you pull the sound out of that, Beth? Could you just mute that?
The stream has sound on it. I unmuted it for a
So
second.
here's what happened. And this is the reason
Okay.
why I call it the Trash Mac. Because the Trash Mac just decides to freeze sometimes.
Oh, you're using the trash can, Matt?
Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so freaking frustrating. Let me see. It's so frustrating for Cal.
What if it realizes you call it a trash can?
Maybe that's what it is. Well, it looks like a trash can, and guess what? It actually runs like one. Baz, could you also pull up
Worse than
QuickTime?
a trash can. At least the trash can has a purpose.
Baz, could you pull up QuickTime as well?
I'm trying to.
Yep, just go to QuickTime.
At least the trash can has a purpose.
It has a purpose. Its purpose is to irritate
The trash
me.
can has cost $3,000.
It cost a fortune. That's what's so funny about it. Alan, do you use Macs at all?
QuickTime.
I try to avoid it whenever possible.
They're usually great, but their desktop system, when they put out that new circular sexy one, I thought, well, I guess I better.
Nothing is opening.
What do you mean nothing's open?
Nothing is opening.
What do you mean? What do you mean nothing's opening?
Exactly what I was saying. Nothing's opening.
Can you go to? We're on the wrong computer. You want to be on the Mac, which is here.
No, I know that. Why is it showing?
Sure. Why is it showing?
Please don't.
What? Don't show you?
No, thank you.
You don't. Sorry. You want to be a streamer who doesn't actually stream?
No, I don't want to be.
You want to be
seen
seen
right
on stream? I see. Okay. All right. Well, let me get QuickTime here, and then we can get that other one up. There we go. Do you see QuickTime?
Yeah, I'm still in my pajamas right now. I haven't changed.
Yeah. Because it's like New Year's. Like, aren't we supposed to be in like pajamas
now.
forever?
I want to be still in my pajamas.
You'd like to still be in the
I
pajamas.
woke up like an hour.
I haven't got out of my pajamas in such a long time.
Woke up an hour ago. Oh my.
Yeah,
Put that somewhere
I'm
back.
so
While I
tired.
do this, while I sort out this
What?
camera.
Oh yeah, sure.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna make
Well,
everyone
I
sick
feel-
while we watch the GoPro. The GoPro's
I
great, but it's
set up
it's also
an alarm to get up really
I
early.
just like to say, you woke up an hour ago. I woke up at 9, and I
Did you really?
stayed up to. Yes, I did. I
woke
don't.
up at 10.
It's kind of hard for me to sleep in for some reason.
9 is really early.
Yeah,
9 is
9
so
is
early.
That's
So
like
is
when our
10.
dog comes and tries to get us up.
10 is also
Yeah,
very
like I want to
early.
get on a better sleep schedule, so I set an alarm for 10:30,
And did it work?
and it feels like waking up at like 5. Like
Yeah.
But were you getting up? Like,
that
did you
is
actually manage to
so
get up?
early. I can't.
Why?
I mean, I laid in bed for 10 minutes and
Why
forced
can I
myself
not
to
I
get
also
out.
stay up until like 3 a.m. So that doesn't help it. But
Really? You think that wouldn't help?
You'd
I don't
think.
know.
it
You
might.
think?
All right.
This is true, but apparently there's something where you, like, you don't sleep all night, and then you wait until the time that you want to go to bed, and then you, like, trick your brain into being like, yes, this is sleepy time.
Right. You have to trick your brain into sleeping? Okay, I don't understand why this
Well,
is
I'm
not
not
letting you do this.
usually tired until like 3 a.m.
Well, that's because you get up at 2 a.m.
That's because you
Well,
get up at...
it's true. Baz doesn't go to bed until really late.
I
That
can
is-
You know how you
see
get
just
tired?
in
You
the
set
middle
one
of the
alarm for
school,
like 7, and then
like
boom,
in
sleep right
middle of
away.
the school day, you just are just not sleeping.
fell
I mean, you're
asleep
sleeping
in
during
science
the
class.
middle of school. Oh my gosh, my brain wasn't working.
Wait a second, you fell asleep. Who fell asleep? Baz, you fell asleep in science class?
Once for like 5 minutes.
Worst son of a man who loves
Science.
science ever.
What?
That
Okay,
has-
how's that?
Showing.
I
Why
almost
don't we
fell
show-
asleep
Can I
once,
click on
actually.
camera
Yeah,
one?
so click on the different camera, then Chris,
Can I
auto.
cut?
There you go.
Auto.
Auto.
I once almost fell asleep
There you
in
go.
class. To be fair, it was because we had a sub and they were supposed to be reading out the French curriculum, and they read out the entire every single word,
Oh.
and they did it for the grade 7s and the grade 8s.
I just bored the
Here's a
hell out of
funny
you.
fact.
Wait.
Here's
are
a
you
funny
guys
fact
listening?
that we sort of realized: the grade 7 and 8 French curriculum is the exact same word for word. So basically, they read the same thing twice, and I almost fell asleep.
If you could pull that around, yes.
I'm sorry,
Careful.
I tried to make your camera setup just a little bit better by putting it behind the TV.
No, I love that. But I was going to say, if you put it down there now, we can see.
So they were reading the whole French curriculum word by word,
nice.
not even.
Yeah, no, and the sub's accent, they had like not an accent. They just weren't talking very loudly, so we couldn't like really even hear them. And like I didn't really know what they were saying, and I had to sort of focus like, and I didn't really want to listen because like I could have
No,
understood it if I focused, but I almost fell
You could do
asleep. And
this.
my friend, since
Please don't.
she threw her pencil.
Please don't.
I think she threw a pencil at me because social distancing. You can't tap someone on the shoulder.
You have to throw
I've
a pencil.
never.
Wait, so they threw a pencil
Yeah.
at you as a way of getting in touch with you?
My friend, yeah, because she woke me up because I fell asleep.
I've never fell asleep in. Well, I wouldn't actually know because I might have just fell asleep through the whole day and then just woke up in the when it's time to go.
Ooh, fancy
That
mouse.
is the mouse. I am opening
But-
the mouse.
You're opening the
I
mouse.
can't believe we're opening the mouse first.
No, don't open the mouse.
That she
No,
said.
don't open
Noodles
the
said
mouse.
open the mouse first.
No, it was a joke. Ugh.
Oh, was it a joke?
It was a joke.
Yes.
Never mind.
Oh,
Okay, what's first then? How about
Motherboard.
Give me a second. For some reason, the streams. Oh, there we go.
You
The
should, you should probably just
motherboard.
list off like what you have.
I'm
Yeah,
making
list
an
off
executive
what you have
decision
and
with
then
Lord
we can
Chunky, and I'm
decide.
going with. All right, Alan. What do you think?
Should list off what you got. All right.
Here we go.
B450M. Okay. I have to do the mental calculus here to make sure that the things that you have are going to plug into each other and work.
that's
Sweet.
what
So-
happened with my friends. It didn't work.
Very good. Yeah, that's right.
Unless you somehow manage to get your hands on DDR3, it should all be fine.
Oh, memory.
Well, yeah, let's make sure the memory's not
Where's
DDR3.
the
That's
Where's
very,
the RAM?
that's a very good point.
Yeah, no, you don't
Ah.
have RAM.
Baz, is there not RAM?
No.
I ordered RAM.
Is it in the other box?
I got an
It-
SSD.
I swear, if
Yeah, no, he didn't get
you
RAM.
don't have, okay.
Well, okay, that's a.
Well, if you have an SSD, why is that not on the turntable?
Yeah. I've got
Did
the
you forget
SSD, but it's a
Uh-huh,
Western digital.
uh-huh.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that, Alan.
That's okay.
Um,
They're not horrible. They're fine.
Baz, we did get RAM. I'm pretty
Why
sure we
is
got
there?
RAM.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand this cable setup. I can't see the monitor.
Baz can't
Why is
handle
there
it.
a cable behind my head now?
Well, maybe
the
I can
heck?
order RAM. That's possible.
Did you seriously not order RAM?
That is.
We
a strong
ordered it,
possibility.
remember?
Well, we can build around it, right? I mean, we just can't start it up.
Yeah.
And I have RAM somewhere, I'm sure.
they're like
Don't put the
one
motherboard in the
case.
case before the
ordered it,
RAM. It's just
though.
not a good
I
idea.
remember ordering it.
Oh, really? Is that? Yeah, I thought we
Ow.
ordered it.
Ow.
All right. What CPU do you got there, David?
All right, CPU
Ryzen.
next. We've got.
Oh, might wanna deafen yourself.
No, it's okay. I was already prepared for this. Okay. Yeah, Ryzen 5. Which one? I can't read the fine print.
It's hard to read.
I'll
isn't
read it.
Baz, you read.
You're blind.
That's true. I am blind.
Not you, not you. It's the 3rd gen processor.
Okay.
PCLE Gen 4 ready.
Okay, what is it? It's like a 3000.
Keep-
It's like a
keep going.
30 something. Probably a 3600. I'm gonna guess.
Ryzen AMD 5 3600.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Which I bought before the rush.
100000000.
Okay, I don't think we need any more of that.
That's good. We're good. We
No.
got enough.
What does that mean? Oh, sorry.
Ryzen 5 3600. Is that? I think
You're
that
going
should
to
work on that board.
accidentally tell them
Yeah.
the credit card that bought it.
Okay, I'm
Is it,
reloading
like-
Twitch. My
What
Twitch
board do
is-
you have? It should be like
broken.
it's usually like B something, or if you're really fancy, it's like X, like 350 or X
Let me
370 or
see
something.
what
Oh, no,
memory
that's-
I've got in here.
I'm looking.
Gee,
6
myself.
core 12 thread processor.
We don't need any more of the CPU
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
We're good on the
CPU.
CPU.
We got the CPU.
Oh, then what are you asking?
Damn, it's
The
DDR3. Damn it.
Nope. DDR3 is a no-go.
Well,
yeah.
No, DDR3 is what I had in the old computer. I just thought maybe I could switch it, but I'm obviously not.
Yeah,
going to.
no DDR3.
Not only that, but if you haven't bought memory yet, then you're going to want to try to get higher clocks if possible,
Yeah.
within reason.
For Ryzen,
I
yeah.
should
Verizon.
I should check my order and see what I've got because I thought
Oh god.
I'd ordered memory for this.
There is a certain point where you don't need to go
Can I?
Like
ludicrous speed.
3200 to 3600 area.
Yeah, like 3200 is probably fine because that
If you
wasn't
have
it.
some money to spend, I'd recommend like the Trident Z Neo. It looks really nice and it's great for Ryzen, but can be a bit expensive.
Mm.
Yeah, if they're trying to do a whole system on 1500, they might not be able to.
I
splurge too much on the memory.
Well, and also Noodles doesn't need like crazy blistering fast. She just basically Minecraft is
just
her.
Minecraft and coding.
Minecraft and some.
Oh yeah, it'll be fine.
Some scratch coding.
And I also just like other games too.
Oh, if you're gonna do
Or you
Minecraft, I
can't
would have
play
gone
any
Intel.
other games.
Because Minecraft is just clock speed based.
Yeah.
Is it?
Why
Just give me,
is
like,
the
Yeah.
a
internet
Raspberry
so?
Pi.
No, but like,
Aw.
if you Minecraft runs the best on Intel, but like it's very similar. Like you won't really. You probably just get like an
Yeah, it'll
extra
be
10 FPS
fine.
with a similar Intel chip.
It'll be fine on AMD. They're going to be limited by their refresh rate anyway, probably.
Oh yeah.
My Twitch is not working. I guess
Oh,
the
that's bad.
Wi-Fi isn't
Oh
great
no,
right now.
Twitch is dead. Twitch is dying.
What, Twitch
Yeah,
just died again?
it's
No,
not.
not our Twitch. All of Twitch.
Twitch just went down.
Okay.
Down.
It's working here.
It's fine. I can see it working right here.
Really? I'm getting a
Here's
lot
the
of
voice of doom. Hey, he's a total McKay. It's great. I'm raising.
I mean,
him
like
right
I can see the stream. I just can't like it won't connect to chat and like it.
No,
It's
some
not.
Twitch dies.
Is there?
I think David's going back through his order.
I am right now.
Is that what's happening?
Sorry, I've just clicked on that.
What have you just opened? What are we opening?
Sorry, would you mind going back to the Twitch stream, just to check it out?
I was gonna say open the case of the PC build first because that'd be sort of I don't know.
What was that? The
Oh,
case too? Oh yeah, we've got a nice case too. Look, it's possible I didn't get. It's possible I didn't get the memory. I may have waited because it was expensive or something, but I feel like.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
You
part
did.
is that if you didn't get the memory.
Memory's like really good right now.
Yeah, it's not bad
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
The problem is if you didn't get the memory, I'm not gonna be able to use this for
Remember-
another month.
Oh my God, you'll never be able to use it. Well, no.
When I built my
Oh
computer a
my
few years ago, it just went down a bunch, and now it's like even more down.
I guess that
Yeah,
stuff just gets
okay.
cheaper to build, right?
Is okay? I don't know if this is just mine.
It depends.
Maybe like something was moved around when I was moving my PC. My PC is dying. Like you touch it, it all goes down.
But that sounds like a bad connection somewhere. Does
Yeah.
it?
Well, you know what the problem is? I've seen the graphics card in your thing. It is sagging like beyond belief.
Huh.
Yeah.
I would recommend pushing it up, measuring the height, and then maybe 3D printing some sort of stand or something with a flat top. You can make it whatever you want. Maybe something like decorative.
Ooh, that's
Like maybe get like some sort of like
Yeah. So
3D printed figurine and then just size it to be that height.
Dude, that could be your
And then-
first anime
Yeah.
I
build.
was gonna say
He
so.
wants to do anime builds.
Well, yeah. So me and my dad were talking about stuff, and we are talking about how like I'm thinking of upgrading my PC a little bit because this is I'm pretty sure like the 5th year that I've had my PC, and I kind of want to do a little upgrade because of Twitch money. So I'm thinking of doing like this thing where like I like make like an anime type build, so like I base it off an anime character. Of course, Death is first, but yeah.
All right, I'm looking.
So I'm probably gonna do that and then use like a figure. Would
That'd be
a pop,
fun.
I wonder if a pop figure would work. I have thousands.
No, they're springy. They wouldn't support anything.
A vinyl. How
But if
about
you're building a new computer,
What about a vinyl?
it would probably just be fine because that graphics
I
card
was
might
gonna
not
use
sag
the
that
same
much.
case though.
Baz, who did we order
Same
this
case?
from? Was it?
Yeah, just take the case apart and clean it a bunch
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do definitely.
because like it is very.
But I'm
Dusty.
just gonna wait for quite
It
a
is
while
dusty.
because yeah, it's very dusty.
I guess Dusty can.
Well, I would
constantly-
wait until a bunch of the like NVIDIA 3000 stuff is widely available.
I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
get
that's what I'm gonna
over
do.
how much
$10,000
people use
to get it
that.
from a
you
scalper.
recommended
They're
like
being
a
gouged right
3060,
now. It's
right?
insane.
Yeah, like a 3060 Ti or something.
So
Alan,
If the-
what is the problem right now with that stuff? Baz, could you
Problem.
take that?
The problem, my friend, is the Bitcoin miners.
Just Bitcoin.
Well, that's
And
I mean,
scalpers, both.
and scalpers, yeah. But
Yeah, this
Because
stuff
the-
bots.
Well, it's not even Bitcoin anymore. It's like Ethereum and stuff.
well, right, but yes, they're mining
Yeah.
Ethereum, but I mean, I'm just saying Bitcoin mining in the
Oh, yeah,
general
yeah.
term, not the.
Bitcoin mining has taken off again because it's $20,000 or whatever it is a Bitcoin now, right?
Well, people got more excited about cryptocurrency in general, so then people are putting some more money into Ethereum, and Ethereum is the one that's mineable by GPUs. So
Ethereum is still mineable, but Bitcoin is not mineable anymore, right?
I mean, it is mineable, but not by graphics cards.
Right. So you need
You need an
special systems
ASIC.
for that.
You need an ASIC to mine Bitcoin.
Really?
like a special. Yeah, I have one in the garage. You want me to go get it?
Sure, I'd have a look at it. Is it hard to bring in?
It's not running.
Oh, okay.
It's just
I
sitting
will
there.
mine
Making a lot of
Bitcoin.
money
That will
then.
be my new job.
No.
Your new
Here, I'll go
job
grab
would be Bitcoin mining, you think? Okay, I'm looking at my
Yeah,
Google
because-
PC.
Oh my god. I can't.
I don't have a job. It's a good job.
Awesome, Jeff Eder. Oh my god.
Well, Wolfhub, how much money do you have now? Because Bitcoin mining has a very high upfront cost.
Yeah, insanely high upfront cost.
If you have $100,000 and you're looking for a return on your investment in the next 5 years, then I think you're good. But
Why don't we
Yeah.
just
you don't have $100,000, then
I doubt.
I don't-
What if we created a what if we created
I definitely do not have
a tech beta
$10,000.
what
You
about
have
a tech
10,000?
beta coin?
you get 10,000. Yeah, that works. But then
What? Tech
I said
beta?
I definitely do not have that much money.
Right.
yeah, then Bitcoin mining is not for you.
Is there
There is a Bitcoin
Dude,
mining
look
ASIC.
at that.
Oh,
That's designed
What?
just to mine bitcoins.
Yep, there's 3 cards full of little chips in there, and those things do nothing but calculate crunch numbers for figuring out Bitcoin stuff.
And what do they
Cool.
cost?
When I bought that,
Yeah.
it was like a couple of $1,000.
Really?
But
And
it was,
have you got any
but it-
Bitcoins from using it?
but it was making like $50 a day
Really?
when in its heyday.
50
It's no longer its heyday. If I plug that in right now, it'll consume like a couple of bucks worth of power in one day because it's basically a space heater. But it will only make like $3 or $4. So honestly, it's kind of not worth the racket that it makes for me to plug it in right now.
Right.
It will make money, but it's
Can it
only
be
gonna make
used
like
for
$1 or
anything
$2 a day.
you know that's like what?
It'll heat
It's
your
like
house.
At the end of the week, you get like your free lunch or something.
So you get a free
I mean, that's
lunch?
like
Yeah,
that's
but
like 1,500 watts that thing will make.
Wow.
So it just pumps out heat.
It really is a
you know.
space heater. So we should set
And
up
it's a
in our
space heater.
garage.
Like, I don't see any downside. It's winter. It's a space heater. Get some
Well-
like, free soup on the weekends or something.
The disadvantage is
free
really the
soup
racket
on
that
the weekends.
yes,
it's
every
cold.
every
the
two
disadvantage
weeks.
is the racket that it makes. Like,
Right.
because it's loud. Like those fans are extremely loud.
Oh, really?
I just
Does
like
it
the idea
sound
of
like
having
Then you
Bitcoin
can have a
miners going.
band. You get a band. You get
What, David? You have a garage. Why don't you just turn your whole thing into just a Bitcoin mining?
Well, I was thinking we could heat the garage with a Bitcoin miner, and then it would be warm enough to actually work in during the winter.
No, but you see,
So,
you can't
I'm
work
heating-
in it because the
I'm
Bitcoin
heating my
mining-
garage with graphics cards that are mining Ethereum.
Ah, so Ethereum is the thing to be mining right now.
I mean,
You think
it's quieter.
it's quieter? I like that. It all comes down to the sound.
And
But is it?
yeah,
Like,
so-
it feels.
so that's the reason that 30 series cards are a part of the reason that they're scarce. Is because those cards came out, they can mine Ethereum faster than the previous generation cards can. So what ends up happening is if you just do the math and you see like how much can a 2080 or whatever, you pick a card, right? Whatever, whatever graphics card, like whatever it can do as far as like how many days would it take until it pays itself off,
Right.
right? That number ends up being somewhere around 300 usually.
Huh.
So, like within a year, typically, a given graphics card will of the previous generations, like the 10 series and the 20 series cards or whatever, right? Usually about a year,
As long
is
as you're
what they
running
would-
it for that full year.
What needs to get started?
as long as you're running it for that full year. But here's the problem: if the new cards come out and Nvidia or whoever, even AMD, if they price them in such a way that the return on investment is like really a lot shorter than the other cards are, like say it pays itself off in 100 days or something, right? Well, all the people that are doing mining are going to immediately shift to those
Right.
instead, right? So the demand will go through the roof for those newer cards.
And you'll
So,
be able to buy the old ones.
well, maybe, or they would just add more to whatever they were already doing. They would just, buy these new ones because they're like, hey, if that's going to pay itself off in 100 days, why would I, I'm just going to buy that right away, right? So what the end result is, that drives the price up of those newer cards. So that's part of the reason that the price of those newer cards. If you go on eBay and try to buy a 3080 or a 3090 or whatever, you'll see that like those prices seem insane. But the thing is, if you do that math on how much they make per day versus how much people are charging for them, how much they're going for, it works out to 300 days.
Right.
So it just naturally, market forces just kind of balanced everything out, really.
But do you buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff as well? I mean, if you're mining, do you also? Are you gonna get coffee for him?
I'm going to. I'm actually not feeling very well, and I don't really feel like being on camera right now.
You don't want to throw up on camera? That'd be great for our ratings.
Yeah, no, actually.
Yeah, be good.
Throw up
That's
all
good
over the
television.
PC part.
All over the PC parts. Oh my God.
Also true, yes.
Careful, there's coffee in there, right?
Oh, there is?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Please.
All right,
No.
I will join on the
drink
Discord.
some water.
Yeah,
Maybe eat something because you've only had toast, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's eating that's the problem. It's kind of heartburn and
So
like
don't
a
eat.
stomach ache, so I don't know.
Well, don't eat then.
Don't eat, yeah.
All I've
So
had to eat today
my point
was...
is that it might be some time before those newer graphics cards reduce in price.
But
That's
we
all I'm
don't
saying.
need like the 30 series right now. Like we could get away with the 20 series for sure, or even
Sure.
the 1070 Supers and stuff, right?
Yeah, if you're playing Minecraft, yeah.
And so Noodles, you've got the 1660 Super.
Yes.
Thoughts?
I'm
Yeah, that card.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
know.
It seemed like I think Lord Chunky, you were saying you thought it was a good suggestion as like a reasonably priced, reasonably powerful card for someone who's not going crazy with the AI or the GPU stuff, right?
Crazy with
Which
power.
card were you saying was good?
This is the 6GB GeForce GTX 1660 Super.
Yeah, that's pretty good just for like
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, it's better than anything I've got running
Minecraft
right now, for sure.
and
So
Wait, so
it
you
turns
don't
out,
have-
blame Zelenka,
Yeah.
I didn't buy DDR. I didn't buy memory. So I need to order memory. But so now that I've got my experts right here, what am I ordering?
Hey, you want DDR4 either 3200 or if you're feeling really froggy, 3600.
What do you think, Chunky? You know the use.
I'm gonna look. Wait, give me a second. Need to see what price of stuff are around.
Okay, I was looking at you
Yeah.
just to see what because usually.
All right.
Because the prices have been bouncing around.
Oh my God.
Does it have? I'd recommend looking at PC Pro Maker because it has like Amazon, Newegg,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
just
And what do you
shows the
think?
best
What do you
one.
like?
I don't know.
Oh my
Noodles,
God, it
do you
really
care
is
how it
cheap.
looks?
You can get 16 gigs for under $100 now.
Yeah.
I mean, no. If it's inside the PC, it doesn't
It's
really
inside the
matter.
Does it have a glass side panel?
Good question.
Do you have the case, David?
Do you want to see the case?
Yeah, let's
Oh, the
open
case
that.
Just tell us
Yeah.
if there's a glass side panel or
Does
not.
the case have a window? That's really all we're worried about right now.
I don't
Does it have a window?
It's right here.
I don't think so.
It's not.
It'll say
like-
tempered glass on it or something.
Oh, open the case. Actually, I want to. That's the first thing we should open. I think.
I've got my cables.
Okay.
Hang on, there we go.
I think bad things might happen if David tries to open up a case box in that room.
P400 Eclipse Fantex.
Okay, I'm just gonna
let's
look up
look
that
for that.
case.
I'll open it up.
I think
Open
it does
it,
have.
drop
Yeah,
it
it does
on
have
floor.
glass.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm just wondering. Do you have the white or the black one?
It's white.
White.
We went with a whole
White.
white theme.
Yeah, it's got a
Alright.
glass
Yeah,
window.
everything's sort of white and rainbow.
So maybe, I don't know.
No rainbow on that. It's just white and
It
black.
would be nice to have some unicorn vomit in there, wouldn't it? But they're
Unicorn vomit?
expensive.
Yeah, let's do unicorn vomit.
And what do you think? 16 enough?
Yeah, definitely 16.
Should be okay.
You don't want any less. You don't need any more.
I can-
Noodles,
I
what
can
do you
buy
think?
more,
Do you need
too.
unicorn vomit in this?
Yes.
I mean, like, I
Yes.
don't need it, but if it's an
No,
okay
you want it.
price, then I'll take it.
Lord Chunky's already decided for you that you definitely need the vomit.
Okay, yeah, I do need unicorn vomit. I'll take it.
Yes.
All right.
That's
So
the
what
right
do you
answer.
like in the way of what are there different types of memory that you like and suggest? Are there specific brands that you like?
I like G-Skill. G-Skill's a good brand.
G-Skill.
Yeah. I mean, probably my favorite looking and favorite overall stick right now is the G-Skill Trident Z Neo. It also has like white to match your or whitish
really?
silver to match your case, and it's really nice looking.
and it's called what is it called?
G-Skill Trident Z Neo. I would recommend getting it off Canada Computers. It's $130 there for 16 gigs.
All right.
Bad.
Canada Computers. Oh, look at that! They just got an ad.
Oh.
Oh, thank you very
130
much.
Canadian dollars.
Did you barista
So
me?
it's better.
Oh, dude, you're the
Is
best.
that a 2-stick kit or 4?
2-stick. You don't need 4 for 16.
Is it
Well,
cheaper?
yes, I agree, but no. Sometimes, even if it was, I would recommend still doing the 2-stick kit because then that gives you the option to add 2 more.
Yeah.
Right.
Or if you want to go all out, 4-stick kits look really cool.
Well, since we're not going to actually
If
do
you're
the
all right.
build then, because we need the DDR, should we just look at the various components and then maybe get some tips on what needs to be done when you build it? Are there any things, like, before you start out with a build, is there anything that I should be doing other than getting all the components you need?
Just
Do you have the power supply?
Yes, we do.
overall
one is it?
things, just have a couple of things on hand.
I got a 650, which I know is way too much. I got the 650 and
650. That's pretty.
650 is probably
way too
almost Antec. Yeah. Okay. Is that modular? What model is it?
It is the modular. I like modular, even though
Yeah.
Cal poo-pooed it. I like modular myself.
No, modular.
Is way better.
Yeah, Cal, way better.
Cal, way better.
Cal's muted. It's exactly.
And then also, if you have extra money, you can get like cable
Wait,
mod
what do I
cables.
do?
And they look
I
really
have a
nice.
modular PSU.
Oh, you have modular. I thought you said you don't need modular.
I mean, that's also true.
Oh,
You don't.
I mean, you
need
don't.
it, but
Yeah, you don't.
want it.
You only spend a few extra bucks, and you don't have to have a bunch of extra
Although,
cables.
if you're
in
like
there.
a
Do you know what we're talking
Alma
about?
and you might not be spending any of your time in cable managing, it might not. You might not really care if you're not doing cable management.
Have we lost Noodles?
No, I'm here.
Do you know what we're talking about? So no.
So that's a no.
So basically, the power supply is obviously that's like the beating heart of your computer. That is what's basically pumping the electricity through your system.
Here's the thing. I sort of know what you're like. I'm following along.
Basically, like it's kind of like a power outlet in your computer that everything plugs into.
Exactly, and the choices between modular and non-modular means basically either you've got plugs that you can choose which ones to plug in, or you have ones that are built into the power supply and just come out as cables, and you're stuck with them the way they are.
All right.
Yep.
So first tip: do cables last? What else?
Do they
If
last?
you can't fit the side panel on without forcing it, you're doing it wrong.
Right. Yeah.
Just
what about
take the time, manage the
stuff
cables.
now?
Don't have like a big bulge on the back of your case.
Look, cable management I suck at. I feel like maybe we need is it worth getting
Cable management's pretty easy if you don't have RGB fans. RGB
you're not
fans
gonna
are
need
a
extenders.
nightmare
Really?
to cable
I
manage.
think we have RGB
Each
fans,
fan
don't we?
has like 2 cables you need to plug into this hub that plugs into something else, and like
Did we get
Yep.
this with the?
Yeah,
I think we got this.
Oh, does that case come with fans at all?
all of them come with fans, but it's just how many fans does it come with?
I don't even know if this came with the fan. Oh, yeah, it came with the stealth cooler. So that's.
I mean, it's not going to need.
That's
That stealth cooler's fine.
Do you want me to
Alright, that
open this
case-
up and have a look? Might as well.
That case comes with at least one fan in the back, which is probably fine. See, the thing is, you only have a 1660 in there and an R5 in there. Like, it's not going to make a whole bunch of heat.
No, it's not hot.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is a nice looking case.
I-
Holy cow!
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Your case
Yeah,
is
one
just
of
like a
these-
more expensive version of that.
One of these days, David's going to have do his own nice PC build.
Well, that's it. But I keep putting.
Well,
it
he
off
did.
because I keep waiting for the best time.
Yeah.
I mean, for your own. I mean,
I
for
would wait
yourself.
a few months, just a few months, and then do it.
A few months.
Oh,
What am I gonna
I
do
just
for a
wanted
few
to
months?
ask because
What are
we
you
have
gonna do for-
people who know stuff.
What you
A
did for
lot.
the last few years. That's what you're gonna do for the next few months.
Yeah, that's true. You mean have my computer stall and die on me every time? I guess I should move this coffee.
Yep.
Wolf Pup, what were you trying to say?
I was trying to ask a question.
Well, don't do that. What's the question?
I was wondering if an NVMe drive is good. It's because, like, I'm talking about an NVMe 1 terabyte, I think it is. Because I saw one on Black Weekend and I'm just like, I want this. But I couldn't get it because it
Pretty
was
sure
too much
that's-
money.
I'm pretty sure that's what David has sitting on the table there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
I like
You
my
have
case.
this?
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Is that a 1 terabyte Western Digital?
This is a 1 terabyte. Yes, I figure 1
there you go.
terabyte. I worry about getting anything less than 1 terabyte because with
Yeah,
games
that's fair.
they take up so much space.
That is true.
All right.
If you're doing streaming, I would recommend more if like you're saving your streams. Then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a blanket. I'm getting cold.
Look at this baby. So there's 3 fans at the back.
You're not allowed to drop that off the table, David.
Can you see this?
Don't drop it.
I can't see it.
If you
Can you see?
I can't
So I got
lift it.
3 fans at the back.
Are there fans installed?
There are 3 fans installed.
Well, that's technically
well,
the
that's
front.
pretty.
Oh, just the front.
That's really
That
nice.
is the front.
That's-
there you go.
that's the front.
It's not even just technically. It is the front.
Sorry.
Like technically, I'm an idiot.
Your back is technically the front. Yes.
So this is the back here, as we know, and that's
Nice.
the front.
I like it.
So, but
Technically.
oh no, Baz has found the stream from upstairs. But
Right.
what I really like about this one too is that it's got the top mesh as well.
Yeah.
And
That's if you had a crazy big CPU water cooler, like
Yeah.
all-in-one water cooler. That's
Right.
where you would put that radiator for it. Is on the top.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go. So you can upgrade it again, Noodles. So there's the case. I'll put that on there. See if I can rotate this without knocking.
But everything you have as is there. You're not going to need to like redo anything in that case. Like those 3 fans in front are plenty.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
more than
tilting.
enough.
I don't like it shouldn't be tilting.
it's an
Okay.
industrial. That's an industrial turntable.
Look at that. Oh, it's pretty industrial.
That was
Okay,
only
it's not
slightly.
me.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, stop turning it like right there. It looks like this is like an ad for like an
Doesn't
all-in-one
it?
PC build kit.
Oh, and check out the keyboard, by the way. Little
Yeah, I
mini
know it's
Huntsman.
unicorn bar.
Because I thought, because you're having to share desk space
Oh.
with your family, I thought
Let's
you had a
have-
small keyboard, right?
Yeah.
does it have function keys?
Shut up, Noodles. I mean, Chunky.
They probably have
What?
function keys. You have to
the
hold.
function.
You
But
have
you
to
have to
function
like
a function.
press
Yeah,
other
you've got-
stuff, and then
yeah.
it's like on the same thing as the numbers. I'm
Yeah, there's
pretty
a function
sure.
key for the function keys.
Yeah, welcome to the old days.
Pretty
True.
small.
Yeah, no, I mean like I'm used to laptop keyboards. Is that like
Oh, then you'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, most of the key sizes are about the same.
You'll love it.
Okay.
You'll love it. Okay, so I'm gonna order. I think we'll go with you. If you like the G Skill, then maybe Noodles.
I sent a link to the
Oh, did you?
Yeah, G skill's good.
Okay, so
That was there.
that'll be in the Discord.
some nice, pretty memory.
That be in
somewhere.
the Discord.
Yeah, in the Discord.
Now, okay, here's another question, Alan. Do you worry about and Chunky? Do you worry about electrostatic at all?
Nope.
I mean,
It's not a problem anymore.
But
within
why
reason.
was it a problem?
Just stuff
You know
needs to
what?
be more sensitive.
okay, so here's the real answer for an electronics technician. Generally speaking, components that are installed onto a board already,
Yeah.
right, are usually less susceptible to ESD because there's already resistors, there's already other paths for like, for the current to take if you do zap some part of a board, but it's still possible to kill a board
Right. And you
with
know it.
with electrostatic.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. You know me.
Well, but the thing is, honestly, if you're putting stuff in the case and you're doing your build, as long as you just like are occasionally touching the case, especially before you're grabbing some other component,
Yeah.
like you're
Also,
grounding
another
yourself,
good thing
Is
if you plug in your power supply to the wall
Mm.
and touch your power supply,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
then-
because
ground
power
is
supply-
going into the wall. so
power's
just
probably
touch that.
grounded.
So
Yeah.
I've got one plugged in.
Or
back
like a
here
metal
anyway,
table
so
leg
I
or
can
anything
just
like
tap that. Now it's a metal rotating easy lazy Susan as my wife would call it. It's metal. Does that
Yeah.
matter?
Just don't set anything right. Don't set the board right on that.
No, I've done that before. Back in the old days, in the old XT days, I remember putting a keyboard down on one of the cases, and the cases were never used to be powder coated or anything. So you used to I screwed it straight down onto the metal backplate. And
Oh, yeah, that's
fried
not good
the
for it.
whole thing right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of my early. But don't worry, Noodles, it'll be great.
And just
Your
make
build will be
sure-
great.
Noodles, that case.
Don't worry, he learned the hard lesson on standoffs. Now he
He's gonna
knows that he needs
yeah.
standoffs.
Wait, yeah, I'm just gonna tell Noodles about the standoffs. Just make sure you put standoffs.
Actually,
in the case.
David, those standoffs are probably already installed in that case.
Actually,
Oh, does that one have
let's
pre-installed standoffs? Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a look.
If not, just install them for her.
Case manufacturers have wised up to the preventing people from making David's mistake.
I like the way it's become David's mistake now.
It's David's mistake. Yes.
It's David's mistake.
They come with stickers that say they're David-proof.
Don't feel bad. I've known naval officers who have made the same mistake on their first PC build.
Oh, nice. Okay. Wait a second. Naval officers, are they doing a lot of PC building? I mean, is that something that they have to?
No, but when they do, they make David's mistake.
Very good.
Yes.
We really need to get this to be a thing. We need to pay like some company to like test something and be like, this is David proof.
It's David's mistake.
Maybe Intel wants to hire me to make their products, Hewlett proof. Do they have standoffs?
Perhaps.
I don't see standoffs. No. Oh,
really?
Well, I do. No, I take that back. Yes,
there should be a few.
Install them. Then just like a little baggie. Just put them in for her.
Yeah, there are standoffs.
There are?
What's the standoff again?
Yeah. No, and by standoffs you mean just the little part that comes out that I will then screw the motherboard into, right?
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah, but like it's pretty. It should be like.
But they're not plastic.
Maybe like a centimeter long.
No, they're metal.
Yeah, they're like a metal centimeter long pegs that like kind of.
Then they're in there for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. And I gotta say, this case is so easy to get in and out of because you don't even put the you don't even have to put the things through. You just it rests on the. He says, struggling to put it back together again. They rest. The screw itself supports it while you put the caps on, and then you drop the caps and you can't find them again.
Great.
So nice. Oh, and it's tempered glass, so I shouldn't be able to break it. That was the other thing I was going to ask about was because I've got these CNC machines and stuff. What about doing some etching or something on there?
Ooh.
Like,
have you tested on any other glass first, or would this be the first one?
I would definitely test it on this one first, for sure. Thank you, Lord Chunky, for your support and confidence in my skills.
Oh boy.
What's a CNC machine?
Something else.
Did you say what's a CNC machine?
Yes.
So CNC is computer numerical control. Basically, it's like a Dremel or a drill that is controlled by a computer like a 3D printer. So it will do exactly what you've programmed into it, and it can be used to carve wood or to etch. I have a laser as well, so that you can burn the house down. But basically, it's just the computer controls the tool for you, basically. I think it's probably the best way of putting it. Do you play with that at all, Alan? 3D printing.
One of the guys I work with has a laser he's working on, a CNC laser.
Oh, nice. So I have a little tiny CNC laser that SaneSmart sent me. Well, I bought the laser, but SaneSmart sent me the little system. It's just it's gorgeous. It's a little beast of a machine. And as long as you're dealing with things that are small enough, what we might even want to do, Chunky, actually this might be a better way of doing it, is maybe take a separate piece, and then do our design on it, and then attach it. Because then you don't have to worry about it.
Thank you, Killer Rosebud.
Attach something, that'd be...
Yeah, maybe that's the way to go.
I'm
sorry that we're not actually getting into the build today, but this is kind of fun because I feel very prepped for it. So we're going to go with a G skill. We're going to go for the Unicorn Vomit G skill. Unicorn Vomit meaning that it has RGB lights in it, which most PC fanatics will mock and deride you for using. But the reality is I love them because...
You don't have to make a Unicorn Vomit. You can make it like blue or green or something.
No, it has to be Unicorn Vomit. Listen,
this is the beauty is... And now, Noodles, how do you feel about building it?
Building it? Well, I don't know.
I mean, how would you want to do it? Should we do the same sort of thing? Once we built this, in other words, once I bought all the parts, I think that memory should be with us in a couple of days, so I could probably be doing this by the end of the week.
Okay.
And once we built it, then you'll be able to have seen how it's done. And you'll have seen, what Alan and Lord Chunky and Cal have to yell at me about while we're doing it. So you'll be warned in a way. And then we could do the same thing again, and maybe you could just share your screen or something, and we could, or share your...
yeah, I could try.
Share your camera.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on RGBs, but I did at least go with white.
Oh yeah, see that's classy. That's very Tron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any colorful.
Well, there's
PCs,
8
but I
sticks
know
in
my
the system,
dad
though,
has
so
a
it's...
colorful.
Is that a
PC.
3090?
well, come on. You know me.
Oh my
I gotta-
god, he's got a 3090, Chunky.
I gotta maintain my street cred.
3090.
He's got a 3090 in that system. Dude. Now, okay, but did you get it before? Like, how did you get that? Before did you write a bot to automatically put it in a shopping cart?
No. No.
Yeah, I'm also probably gonna get my dad to help me.
I found someone local that was selling theirs, so I didn't have to deal with eBay scalpers.
But how do you know? Like, I mean, how do you know if it's cool or not?
What do you mean? It was still in the box, like unopened.
Oh, really?
Like, you can't make a fake one. It's hard.
Well, but I've heard people buy boxes and they have like 2070s in them.
Well, I mean, I opened the box before I...
Yeah.
Like,
but
you always have to look at it
I would be like, huh? Why is this sanded off? They'd be like, oh, that's how it comes. You know, why is the name sanded off? And why does it say, Max?
Why does it say 2060?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because it's so much better than.
It's a misprint. That's why I'm selling it for $1,000 extra.
That's why it's so cheap at $1,000. Exactly. Yeah, or no more because that's true because it's a special edition.
Scalper, you gotta spend $12,000.
That's too funny. Okay, so I
And
don't.
I needed a heater. I needed a heater for the office here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's the one thing about my Mac, especially when it overheats, is that it's great for keeping this little room down here nice and warm.
Also, I want to say, even if people don't think uniform vomit's cool, I like it.
Look, I love it.
Oh.
Are you kidding?
Rainbows all the way.
I put it back in the day when Baz was, even before Baz stole my computer. I put LEDs in it. In fact, Alan was one of the guys instrumental in.
I was there.
Yeah, in figuring out all of the parts and stuff that I was going to get. All right, let me.
So this is
now.
So this is what we need to wait for, David.
Okay.
For your PC build, this is what we need to wait for.
Okay.
The pandemic to lighten up.
Yeah, that and everything else, and of course then the acting will start.
Well, it needs to lighten up enough for me and my wife to make it an excuse to come up to Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I think we should do with your next computer build, David?
Yes, Chunky.
I think we need definitely 3090, and then whatever top
I like that.
end.
Definitely 3090, because what else would I use?
And then we need
3090 is
custom
overkill.
hardwired liquid
Why
cooling.
don't we get a 30 million Ti?
3090 is overkill, man.
Yeah, I know.
But what are you using it for, though, Alan? You've got the 3090. What are you using it for?
Because it's currently sitting here mining.
Oh, it is mining. Okay, good. Okay.
It's partly my own enjoyment for when I play games. I'm playing with the 3090, but also it's paying for itself right now.
Right. It's paying for itself in the mining?
Well, I mean, slowly. It's going to take a year.
You sound like you're trying to convince your wife. That's what you sound like to me right now.
No, she's already used to it. I did this like 3 years ago too.
Look, I just called it tech banditry, and that's I've got away with murder because of that.
In my opinion, I don't feel like paying for it and it's paying itself off would be bad.
You're right, Wonderpup. That's Wonderpup, Wolf Pup. Jesus Christ, I gotta get this name right.
Wonderpup.
Wonderpup. I like Wonderpup.
No.
I might call you Wonderpup because you know what? He is Wonderpup. I mean, have you seen the coding he's been doing, Alan?
I haven't.
He did some Scratch programming that I was like blown away. Like, it's so complicated. I was like, geez, he's spent a long time working on it. Anyways, so
yeah, so I was doing that mining stuff like way early on when it went crazy, like 3 years ago or whatever. Like there was one time where this time of year, I think it was 3 years ago, where it was insane for like a whole month.
Right.
And I just happened to have an attic full of graphics cards mining at that time when it was going crazy.
Nice. So
I basically that month turned into a down payment on my wife's car.
Oh my god! So she's not complaining at all at this point.
No, she's good.
That's interesting. So, wow. I mean, the only experience that we have with Bitcoin was these really cool little things called Rise cards, and a friend of mine had a company.
Risers. Yeah.
And it was like a Rise wallet or something. And basically you could buy a card, like a gift card, with Bitcoin on it. And this guy
yeah.
He was giving them out as kind of like promotional item type things. And so we got like $15 of it, right, Baz? Was it $15, something like that?
$20.
$20. So it's $20.
Did you do anything with it, or do you still have it?
I still have it. So I look in the wallet now, and that $20 is now worth $88.
See, there you go.
Isn't that wild? But I think
it's 88 now.
It's 88.
Yeah.
But this is the lesson, I think, is that
Dad, 2 days ago, like last week, it was 53.
Baz is like, there's gold in them there big
It
hills.
jumps around
That's
so
true.
much.
It was
If it doesn't
53.
get above 100, just spend it then, because it's probably not going to get there again for a long time.
Well, who knows,
Oh,
though?
it's still there.
That's the problem, is that it just goes
There's
up
no
and down
telling.
so much. Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Clean, thank you very much. Okay, so I've just joined the chat now, so I can now see the chat. So, Cal, have I missed 1,000 people? Like, I mean, do I have a bunch of thanks to
Yes,
be doing?
you've missed a lot of things.
Have I? Okay.
Oh,
And Mr.
What chat are
Gertie's
you
here.
in?
A couple of subbies. Yeah, a couple of subbies.
Yeah, a couple of subbies. All right, love. Let's get a couple of subbies. All right. Thank you so much, you couple of subbies. I don't know why, because it doesn't sound at all like Cal, but I just,
No,
Mr. Clean
no.
Tracy, thank you very much.
Cal's just sighing. I can hear it.
Sal, it's all about the thing about Cal is just.
Did you just say Sal? You
Yeah.
just said
Did I
Sal.
say Sal?
That too.
Oh, man. Who is it again? What is it? What's her name? Mal. Yeah.
Sal.
Sal. That's it. Oh, speaking of CNC, so Jonathan MLH is here. And Jonathan MLH is the kind fellow who sent us the CNC machine. So I've got a big 5-foot by 5-foot CNC machine, which I have to wait for it to be warm enough to go outside and build in the garage because it's too freaking cold right now, and there's no heating in there. So,
I have to think of if we're gonna etch something.
think about an etch. You can look at and ways of doing it. You can use Fusion 360, or you can use even Tinkercad would probably do it. You could probably play with Tinkercad, doing some extruding. Like if you do like the push and pull, like you put in an image and then just basically extrude it the opposite way so it goes into the object. Could be kind of cool. Because Baz, you were talking about doing. Baz and I were having this discussion because he wants to do some. He wants to do.
Don't say it.
He does not want to do anything. Forget everything I
Don't say
said.
it. Don't say it.
But
Don't
it's
say it.
nothing to do with anime. So.
Dad, Dad, hear me out. If you say, let's say you have a genius idea involving marketing, and you say that genius idea involving marketing, someone else will take that genius idea out of marketing and then make it their own before we can then make it. So don't tell anyone.
Okay,
about
I won't
it.
say anything. Nobody steal his non-existent idea. But
Just,
Jeff,
I know what you're trying to do. I get it's a joke, but I kind of like it, so I would rather not.
no,
you say
perfect.
it.
That's fine. That's good. But what's nice is part of the what will lead into this, without giving anything away, is it would be fun to figure out how to do some etching and some sort of mods on the actual PC itself.
Yeah.
And again, I feel very bad. I'm sorry that I really didn't check to see that I had memory. I just assumed that I'd bought it for some reason. I guess because of the SSD. Because the SSD shows up and it looks like I remember, memory looking like. But I'll order that
You had a
stuff.
form of memory.
I had a form of memory, exactly. So I'll order that this week. I'll use that link. Hey, Chunky, do you get like a commission or anything if I use your link or anything? Do you have like some kind of do you get any commissions or anything?
I don't know. Chunky has an affiliate thing set up.
No, maybe not. You should, Chunky. That would be a good idea, actually.
What should I do?
Well, just because you recommend PC parts all the time, I was going to say, if you had some kind of an affiliate link or something, I would buy them through you, and then you would get affiliate money for it.
What percentage do you make off an affiliate link?
I have no idea. Does anyone know in the chat? Does anyone do affiliate links?
It's just like a couple of percent. It's not a lot.
That's what I thought. But that's like $2.
But on PC parts, that would add up, right?
Dude,
True.
if you're ever about to buy something that's like $10,000,
yeah,
just tell them I'll try to get you an affiliate link for that.
Yeah, let me do that for you.
That.
Yeah, okay, I'll work on that, Chunky. Next time I spend $10,000, I will definitely think of you.
Or I could just be your agent if you're buying something $10,000. Help you decide what it is.
That's all I need is another freaking agent. Speaking of agents, my agent and his kid are going to play Dungeons and Dragons with us sometime. So once I get, once I get my what's together, I'll get James and we'll sort out another D&D game. But okay. Oh, Deepak, thank you very much, Deepak, for your rating with a party of one. What are you just like streaming to yourself?
That's mean. Thank you for rating. The chat's still trying to connect.
I'm okay. You're okay. Yes, very good. My wife's outside.
The same thing for me. Mine still says connecting to chat. It's
Me too.
What's connecting to chat? Your stream?
Yeah.
Oh, try reloading it because it's working fine. What you're probably trying to stream the old one. That's probably what's happening. It got confused because we went down.
Reloading it multiple times. It's just.
It just won't work.
I'm
Because I'm looking at the stream now, and I even moved myself, and I just saw that it's actually live. So, okay, so let's talk PC building for a second. So, how long does it take generally to build a PC? Like how many?
An hour.
An hour? That's it?
Hold on, you
No,
have to.
I think
You have to change. You have to translate it to David time.
Okay, so that's 10 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe not 10.
5. Although I gotta say, I did build that. I built that Prusa. I'm telling you, that baby right there, the multi.
How long did that
Prusa,
take?
I'm not telling you. I didn't do it all in one go, but apparently it took 9 hours in the course, and I'm guessing I was probably around stopping and starting. I was probably around 18, so it's about twice.
I'm gonna say it's gonna take 2 hours because it took about 2 hours to take a. Remember we took that PC apart. It took about 2 hours.
Oh, Opticon just ordered the Prusa Mini. Oh, that'll be nice. And the great thing of the order that so if you just ordered the Prusa Mini Opticon, then it's you actually get the Prusa Mini Plus now because they've actually
I'm gonna
updated
try
it.
reloading again.
This, by the way, so people know, this was supposed to help me with one of the suggestions that I saw online was that you get a light, like a headlamp, so that you can peer into the abyss that is the PC case while you're building it. So this is my brilliant hat that I got for Christmas that I'm going to be using for PC builds. All right, so we figure so Alan, what are you thinking? Right now we're at 2 hours. If it's an hour for a normal human being, it's 2 hours for me.
I mean, well, you're being more careful. So yeah, a couple hours.
I like being very careful. I also like getting distracted and talking about all sorts of other things while I'm doing it.
Yes, that too. So that might add another couple.
Okay, so if we give ourselves 4 hours, we should be able to have the PC together by then. Are you laughing at me or with me?
No, it's both.
Both.
It should be good.
What
4
do you
hours
think,
should
Junkie?
probably work.
Think we can do it in 4 hours?
4 hours?
add
Maybe.
an extra 3.
You don't have RGB fans. You don't have.
The irritating thing, I've got to say, is that I wish there wasn't a pandemic on, because then Chunky could come by, and Chunky could have this thing built in no time, because he's built 100
Or
of these things now.
I could come and build my.
Or
PC.
that's true. Then you could actually build it in person. That is true. That's a good point.
Yeah. I should be there to yell at you when you're doing it wrong.
Exactly, because that's what Chunky does best.
Yeah, no. David, never mind never mind. I want to. If there was no COVID, I could build my own PC. No. Chunky could build my PC.
Exactly, and then we'd still pull it apart and make you build it.
Yeah, great.
Now, how many people out there are actually doing this? Are other people building their own PCs out there?
What do you mean? Happens all the time.
Well, no, I was asking the chat.
Oh.
What? No, other people in the world, Alan? Other people are doing it too. How often?
Man, I hope so.
How often are you building PCs, Alan?
I mean, it's not usually like a full build.
Right.
It's usually
upgrades.
just, I just put this 3090 in the system a little bit ago. So
James is buying a pre-built one.
So you put the 3090 in, and you're running. Are you allowed to say? Are you running an Intel system or are you running an AMD system?
It is 7900X. It's an Intel system. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Is there any, because you're working for Intel, do you find that are you more critical of Intel or are you less critical? Do you find that, does that influence at all, do you think?
When I'm doing not work stuff, it doesn't really, doesn't really bother me either way.
Right.
You guys are doing an AMD system there, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I may end up with an Intel system because I've always had Intel. I gotta say, I feel weird about going AMD right now.
Well, honestly, it just depends on what you're going to use it for and what the strengths and weaknesses of whatever the choices are. How that lines up, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things for me right now will be to be able to stream and have. I would love to be able to do these streams and also have gaming going on as well, which would be great.
Then I would go probably AMD.
Because AMD is really good for streaming too, aren't they?
Well, here's the thing with workhorse.
Here's the thing with streaming. It depends, because a lot of the graphics cards have, streaming engines or video compression engines built in. So it's only if you weren't going to use the built-in ability of the graphics card that you would need more cores of the CPU to be able to handle the streaming.
And how is the software? Is the software up to date on this stuff? I mean, is the software pretty good about deciding what it's going to use?
It's pretty mature by now, right? So it really depends. If you wanted to do some extra tricks where you needed to not use the graphics card's capability there, then yes, you want more CPU horsepower. But if you're just doing regular streaming with just, the game being streamed and an extra webcam, and especially in your case, because you already have the hardware there to do the stream switching and everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait,
so
David, this is for you want to build a PC, right?
This is for when I do my PC build, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in other words, if you were going to put yourself in a little box in the corner while you were just streaming from your PC,
hello.
You,
How you doing?
then
chaos.
Uh-oh.
Hang on. Chaos has arrived in the form of Huzzah. Hello.
Did you just trip over the dog?
How are you?
I'm not watching the stream and all I hear is
or the dog tripped over him.
There you go. This is the mad dog that is my dog. Yeah, there. Did you have a nice walk? Yeah. Now you can buzz off again. What's that? Come on. What you got? Yeah, this is Huzzah, who, for some reason, unlike Mars was so good about avoiding cables. This one literally goes into the cable. What have you got? What is that? What do you got?
Cable?
Oh, Jesus. Nice stuff. Oh, my God. What are you chewing? Okay, drop it. Hey, what is that? Huzzah, what are you chewing? What are you chewing? Oh, my God. What are you chewing? What do you got?
And David's stream cuts out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is that?
Huzzah has chewed through the cable.
Oh my God, she eats anything. So I don't know what she's got right now. She's got something plastic. Oh yeah, what is that? Yeah. Okay, this is not a dog training course. There you go. This is the beast. She gets so excited. Oh, look at those crazy eyes. Hey, Crazy Eyes. How you doing? How you doing, Crazy Eyes? What you doing? What you doing? I'm guessing someone's going to come down, having heard that, and say, get out of here. Get out of here. Go on, get out of here. You smell like another dog. You've been playing with other dogs. Go on, get out of here. This is my dog. This is what my dog does to me. I feel like I'm being, I feel like the guard dog is, what is it? Yeah, go on, get out of here. Get out of here.
David.
Nobody loves you.
it went from a computer stream to a dog reveal.
The dog's showing you who's boss.
Go on. Up you go. Go on, up you go.
Thanks,
Up you go. Go on.
Oh, what? Thank you for subscribing.
All right, my wife's upstairs going, huzzah! She's amazing at recall, too. Amazing. Just like as soon as you call her, she comes. Not at all. Sorry about that. That's my little wildlife stream now. So
if you already have the hardware to handle the streaming and doing the overlay and everything else, then it's probably
OBS is better at it. I feel like OBS is better at it.
Well, yes, but you can still do with OBS. You can still do GPU encoded,
right,
or GPU compression.
Right. Okay.
It's still a thing. You just have to turn it on.
Right.
And you would have a video card capable of it, so you're not worried about that.
Well, okay. So and from a video card standpoint, I don't need a 3090. I much as I
no.
What do you suggest? Like, how low do you go at this point?
What are you gonna do? What kind of gaming?
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to be able to look. It would be nice to be able to play whatever's new, basically. And my problem right now is that everything just kills it. Even just the number of mods we have on our Minecraft server kills my poor little laptop. So.
Oh yeah, once I
I mean, yeah, that's if you have a poor laptop trying to do a Minecraft server.
Yeah. Well, it's not running the server. It's just literally just trying to run it's trying to run Minecraft with like 1,000 different mods.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join the server.
James,
yeah,
3060.
Yeah, 3060s would probably be fine.
Yeah.
Or even if if you were interested at all in looking at like used stuff locally, you might find someone selling like a 2080 or a 2080 Ti or
like a 2070 for $800.
I better bring Lord Chunky with me for protection, because then I don't
see there you go.
Not if I'm the one selling it to you. Also, you
what do you got?
Also, a 2070 for $800.
You've got a 2070?
Yeah.
You have
for $800. I'll sell it to you for $800.
You have a 2070 right now.
Yes.
But then what are you going to use?
He's gonna buy something newer with the money you give him.
Yeah,
or I'll just buy something cheaper and then use that money to.
Really? 2070 for what do they go for now? What's a 2070 going for now?
Don't look it up, but I'll give you a great deal for 800.
Spoken like a true businessman.
That's
wait,
serious.
That's too funny. All right. Well, what do we got? 3080 Ti. Oh my God. Yeah, Phantom Killer. That would be amazing. But you know.
Wait, RTX 2070.
What was that?
What
2070?
The one.
Yeah, I mean 2070 is okay.
The one you are gonna have is a 1660
No,
Super.
no, I'm asking. What is Lord Chunky offering you?
He's offering me his 2070 for $800.
RTX.
Sorry, I mean $600.
600, sir. 600 US is fine too.
Right. So that's like $1,000 Canadian.
That's still high. Just
Yeah,
looking
you know
out.
what's funny is that if you look for stuff now, what was that, Wolf Pup?
I said good deal-ish.
Well, that's the funny
yeah,
thing
ish.
is like if you wanted to buy something right now, you're paying a huge premium. Like they've got, I can't get over. Like people are trying to charge like in the $2,000 for the old 2080 Ti's and stuff.
Yeah, which is why my card is just the best deal.
It is really the best deal.
Yeah.
Pre-built, so RTX 3060 with a rise. The pre-builts. That's interesting.
No.
James. But James is
No.
saying pre-built because they come with the 3060s and the 3070s.
I mean, sure. Oh, yeah. So, okay, that is one way sometimes to get the graphics card for like what the cost of the graphics
You don't
card
get the
should
cooling
be.
stick.
Yes,
But then
that's
you
the other.
rip
That's
it
the other
apart and build your own
disadvantage.
anyways.
Yeah, you're getting a pre-built. You didn't get to build it yourself, which if you wanted to build it yourself, you're missing that point. But then B, you're getting whatever component choices they threw in there and whatever quality of things they threw in there, right?
Mm.
Unless
So, yeah, so usually
cheap.
the case is crap. Usually the power supply is some really generic thing that's not great.
Same with the motherboard.
You know, the motherboard may or may not be like an actual like name brand
Well,
motherboard.
I almost caved because I've got a friend who works at Puget Systems, and I thought, you know what?
I mean, that's
really
different.
pre-built. That's like a
That's
boutique
different.
one.
That's like.
But they don't
that's
ship
like-
to Canada. They won't ship to Canada.
Oh. That's too bad.
Um,
Yeah, but if you're doing like iBuyPower or what are the other ones?
just because I
can't-
thought when it comes to a streaming
can't
system,
think
you
of it
want
right
something
now.
that's like rock solid. Like you don't want something that I'm like I have to fiddle with the fans every time I want it to run properly or whatever. But
I
really
don't.
shouldn't
I think
even-
that's not most computers. I think that's just you.
I might just be me.
Yeah.
I love
Even
building
yeah.
them. I've been building PCs since I used to take apart Dad's old 808 6s, I guess, or 808 8s, or I can't remember what they were at the time.
They were both.
The old PCs with the tin cases where you press the buttons on the side and you'd open it up, and they were all exactly the same color, this beige color.
Oh, that was the IBM PS2.
PS2. No, this was pre-PS2 because I remember the PS2 going like, "Ooh, PS2," because didn't that had the 286 in it, didn't it?
I mean, I think they went earlier than 286, maybe on those.
Maybe they did. I remember the IBMs were the like the creme de la creme of the PC world at the time.
Yep.
But I just know I love doing the builds. I don't know why. Like it's one of those things that I found the same thing with the 3D printer build and the CNC builds. I've built 2 3D printers now, and both of them Prusa, and the MMU, which is the multi-filament system, which allows 5 different filaments into the same time. So you can do 5 colors basically. But that's a really complex system because it's all mechanical. So it's a mechanical system for pulling and pulling in.
Well, that explains why your build took so long if you were trying to tack that on too.
Oh my God, it was. Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about just the actual build of the 3D printer itself is great. But he was smart. Prusa was very smart in that he suggested I build the printer first and then add the MMU, and that worked really well. So that worked great. But I don't know why I've always loved the kit thing. I guess partially because then when something goes wrong, you know what it is because you know every aspect of the thing. It's a less that case with the PCs, but at least you get a sense of what could. So what does go wrong when you do a PC build? The problem we had last time was basically cable management and loose connections.
We don't know for sure what it was, but it was probably just something was loose.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. Some people will build. I remember doing this a couple of times with the old one, where you build the entire PC just with the motherboard outside of the case, so that you know everything's working, and then you pull it all apart and put it back together again in the case itself. Is that just for people who don't trust their own build skills?
I do it too.
You're
just testing out the motherboard. Yeah, you're testing out the motherboard to make sure it works. That's usually the first thing I do. Is the motherboard comes out of the box and goes right on top of the box.
Right.
Because that gives you room, because it elevates it off the table a little bit, so that you can plug the cards into the motherboard, so that otherwise they would just hit the table.
Huh. Okay. Well, then maybe I'll do that. Maybe that's a good. What do you think, Noodles? I mean, that sort of makes sense, doesn't it? So you can make sure that everything's working first.
Sorry.
Did you miss that? The idea is basically you take the motherboard out of the box, you close the box, you put the motherboard on the box, and then you just build everything on the box first. Make sure it's all working, and then you pull it all apart and put it in the actual case itself, because that's where it gets fiddly with cables and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Wouldn't that take a lot longer, though?
It does take longer, but you know what? When it comes to the PC build, I found if you rush it, things don't always work properly.
It does take longer, except it's a lot shorter when you did have a problem.
Yes.
Right? Because if you had the problem and everything was in the case, now you're trying to troubleshoot and everything's kind of inside this case, and you got to like fiddle and try to reach things. Whereas if it's just right out there, everything's in the open.
Like perfect example.
You can get to everything.
Perfect example. Bag of Chips, one of our tech bandits, built a PC, got all the parts, put it all together, got it up and running, and the GPU was bad. There was a problem with the GPU. So, but he already had the system up and running in the case. He had to basically.
It wasn't the GPU was bad. The GPU didn't cooperate with the.
Oh, was it
correct
incompatible?
thing. It was incompatible, and they didn't know that.
That also terrifies me too. That's why I kind of like seeing that's why I asked Lord Chunky, so I can yell at him if things don't work together. But I see. So they were incompatible, so he had to get a new one. But of course, because there was such a shortage, it took like a good month or so to get the new card.
Yeah. Well, so basically, here's what was supposed to happen.
Right. Yeah, the suspense is killing me.
Oh, thank you, World Builder and Dog.
Is someone blowing their nose in the background?
Not me.
It's Lord Chunky.
Oh.
No, it's not. Hey. What's that all about?
Who's blowing their nose in the background? It's probably Cal, but she's muted. But I still blame her. We'll blame Cal because she's muted.
It might be my mom.
Come on, Cal.
Oh, it might be Jane. That's true.
Yeah.
No.
Way to go blame me. Wow. Well, I'm just impressed.
It is you.
No, it's not. It's not me.
All right,
Actually,
whatever.
not you.
No, it's
Whatever.
not. Why?
I thought it was you. It sounds like how you blow your nose. I remember you blow your nose from school. And I feel like
It's
that's
just
what
like
you sound
PC
like.
Perspectives, isn't it, Alan?
Minus the Josh.
Exactly. Actually, Josh sent us a bunch of stuff. We've got a bunch of parts from Josh. I guess he'd done some testing stuff. Yeah, okay, so that's an interesting question for you. So you were doing a bunch of testing and stuff, and I know there's like this. I don't know whether this is just with the younger streamers or stuff, but they're always interested in like how do they get free stuff. Do you get free stuff if you're doing tests? Don't you have to send
Doing
it back?
reviews?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you have to send back, some of it you don't.
But why would they not want you to send it back? Like, how do they possibly?
There's several reasons. So, for one thing, if it's something where, say it's some new fast motherboard, and you're evaluating the motherboard first to do the review on it, right? Mm-hmm. But then, if your intention is, well, this is the fastest motherboard that I have, I'm going to go ahead and make that into a test system so I can test the other stuff. I'm going to use that as part of the test system.
Huh.
Right? So now you're keeping the motherboard. It's not for personal gain. It's for, you're moving it over to this other system that is going to continue to produce content for the site. And that company continues to get exposure because every time they see
it. Right.
That motherboard is the thing that you're using. Every time I would do an SSD review, I would say, okay, this is my test system. Here's the components that I've used.
Right.
And it's on that list, right? So, and there's plenty of other cases where one example is Samsung had launched one of their SSDs, and it had kind of a weird issue that took them a little bit to fix. But you didn't notice the issue until the SSD had information on it, and you kind of left that information alone for several months.
Huh.
So I would not have even been able to go back and investigate that if I didn't still have those things to look at. Right. You know, and then the third thing is, you know, when future things come out, you need the older ones in order to do the comparisons. Right? Is this faster or slower than this other competing thing? Well, you can't tell for sure unless you still have the competing thing on hand to be able to do the test. Right. And
did you have was there any special way that you were putting these systems together? Did you have like a simple, like just pair back system that you could put together, or I mean, are there...
they're all sitting on motherboard boxes.
So you don't, yeah.
We never, the only time we put a system in a case is if we're doing a case review. Right. And we're trying to show off, okay, what does the system look like in this case? You know, how easy was it to do that? Other than that, we have no need to do that because why would we, right? It's extra effort that we don't need to do. We're constantly swapping out graphics cards, swapping out, you know, in my case, I was swapping out different SSDs, so I would have to constantly, you know, I don't want to have to open a case. Right. I just have it sitting there. It's we just call it an open test bed. It's just open to the air of the room, not inside of a box. And, you know, you swap the next thing in, you run your tests, you swap another one in, you know, rinse and repeat.
Interesting. So you're just using the cardboard box as that was basically your test bench, was the cardboard box they came in.
Yeah.
And I guess that's, you know what, actually that works too, because you also want to remember what you've got there. And also from a marketing standpoint as well, it's probably good for them as well, because they can see, you're getting all the flashy box stuff as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't usually have like a picture of the thing on the box constantly, but it would at least be listed in the article. Hey, this is the test system that we're using. Here's the components. Right. Yeah, and
do you miss it? I mean, do you miss doing the random
stuff?
Yeah,
I do.
Because there's just not as many to test now because you're specific to Intel.
No, it's different stuff, right? I still very much look at all the same things that I looked at before. It's just that I'm no longer publishing it for an article.
Oh, and they don't want it. Right? They don't want you to publish that stuff. There's no value to them having like an Intel SSD
I mean, some of it turns into things that get published, but they get published by Intel instead of, you know.
Right. So they can put
if I see that. Yeah, so if I'm still doing basically the same thing. It's just that if I say, hey, look, this SSD is faster than that SSD. Well, if I'm able to prove that and justify it, and if it looks good for Intel, it just happens to be that, you know, say Intel's SSD looks way better than some other SSD. Clearly, it makes sense for that company to say those things publicly, right? So it still turns into a public thing, but it's just not, you know, Alan wrote this review anymore. It's Alan found these numbers behind the scenes. He gave them to his boss, and it turned into, you know, Intel says this, right? Yeah.
So you don't get to sort of play quite the same way, but at the same time, you're getting paid to play in a way that you weren't getting paid to before.
Right, and you know, and I'm looking at the stuff earlier on, so, you know, I have more of a potential where if, you know, we are the company that makes some of those SSDs, right? So if there's a possibility that we can make some changes to make ours better, you know, and I say, hey guys, if we adjust these couple of things, it might perform better. And so there's a better possibility that can actually happen now that I'm actually working there, instead of, as a reviewer, I was outside the company, I couldn't make those kind of, you know, changes.
Right, of course.
Right. Yeah.
And all right, and so for like our tech bandits out there, how did you get into this? Like, so PC Perspectives came along. Were you doing SSD stuff before PC Perspectives?
I was just like average Joe who plays with his own PC stuff. And I just happened to, you know, I was definitely like a power user kind of person. I was usually pushing the computer hardware pretty hard for what I was doing with it at the time, even just in a hobby capacity, right? And I went, and actually it was Intel, ironically, that they made their first SSD that was really fast for the time. And I bought it and was using it for something that was arguably kind of an edge case. You know, I was pushing it pretty hard compared to what an average person would do with it, right?
In what way? What were you using it for?
I had several virtual machines on it at the same time,
Really?
things like that. Things that people at that time were really not doing usually, because this was like 2009 or something, right? And so, Intel, in their defense, like they didn't really design it for that purpose. They had like server class ones that were meant to do more of that stuff, and I was doing more of a servery kind of thing just with my home PC, right? But it was still a thing that was worth them addressing and looking at. But the thing was, I ran into this problem. I'm like, I can't like go to Intel tech support. Like, that's not going to do me any good. So who should I reach out to? Well, let me reach out to some of the reviewers that I just read the reviews of this drive on. Those guys also have these drives, same drive I have. Maybe they can reproduce the problem. Maybe I know it's not. Maybe it's just my problem. Right. So reached out to a few of them, and sure enough, of all the people to reply was Ryan.
Right.
So Ryan Shrout replied to me. He goes, "Hey, that thing you mentioned I should try on mine, I just tried it. I got the same problem now."
Right.
So where do we go from here? And I said, well, I think I know what's going on. I'll send you this email. Just forward it up to your contacts at Intel, and maybe they can fix it. I don't know, right?
Well, because Ryan was doing PC Perspectives then already.
He was doing it, but it was just him and Josh and Jeremy.
Right.
Nobody else. And he did not have a person to test SSDs. Because he was very much just kind of learning as he went. To do that testing, right? And granted, I didn't have a bunch of experience testing SSDs, but I just had a bunch of background computer knowledge and kind of technical knowledge already. So I kind of had, I had a background in electronics already because I was doing, electronic troubleshooting and repair of reactor plants on submarines, and there's all this crazy job stuff I was doing.
Right. So it's a little less stressful playing with the PCs than it was playing with the reactors. Subs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There you go, Lord Chunky. You should start by playing with reactors, and then you can move into PCs.
Yeah.
So I can move into computer stuff. After I start with
you can move down to PC repair. From reactor repair.
Yeah.
So how does one get into reactors again?
You get accepted to join the Navy for their nuclear program.
Oh, okay.
Can you do you apply to the Navy?
You got to wait a few years
for that. Do you specifically wait for that though? I mean, is that like do you like
what do
you
mean?
apply specifically to get into that part of the Navy, or do you have?
There's not a guarantee. There's kind of like there's like an extra test you can like. There's a regular test you can see that you take this test, then that's where they place you in the military is based on like what this test result is, right? And then there's an extra test that you can take.
So do you have to do any sort of university before you get into the
I did
reactor
not.
stuff?
I did not.
Okay,
there are two ways in. You can go in as an officer, and that's if you had a degree, and there are nuclear-based programs that work that way for officers. But then, in my case, I went in and enlisted, and which meant I didn't have to have a degree beforehand, and they just put you through, all of the schools that you will need to know. Basically, they teach you everything that you will need to know. As long as you have high school level skills, they can take you the rest of the way. So in 2 years, they took me from high school graduation to I'm sitting in front of a nuclear reactor on a submarine and operating it by myself.
Wow. So they've basically trained you in everything that they need you to know to run these reactors.
And it's
the
very
is that they're giving you a free education, but you're earning it by being in the Navy for. Do you have to do a certain period of time or something, or?
Yes.
How long
you have to. I had to. A standard enlistment is 4 years. I had to add 2 years on. So basically, you're telling them that okay, we're going to train you for 2 years, but you got to give us that 2 years back, and you got to do your 4.
Wow. So
after
you
you're
are owned by the Navy for 4 years. If you change your mind, forget it. You're there for 6 years.
You just gotta finish.
Right. Did you ever find yourself going like, oh my God, 6 years? How the hell? What do I mean? Or
I was on the other side. I ended up staying and retiring, so I did the whole 20. I kept adding more time on.
Right.
And I mean, they sweetened the deal.
I guess it's my fear of commitment. I because as an actor, it's always like project based. The idea of like committing for so long.
They do things. They do things to sweeten the deal. Like they realize that once you have that training, then you're worth more money on the outside. You could just go the 6 and finish, and then you can go work at a regular nuclear power plant somewhere because you have all those skills now. They'll hire you, right? So they do these extra incentives like, hey, we'll give you this bonus if you add more time onto your thing, and they make it reasonably appetizing for you to stay in, as long as you're okay with. Some people just aren't cut out for it. Some people don't like being in a big tube underwater for 3 months at a time. And
I can't imagine why.
Well, but some other people, they do okay with it. I was one of the ones that didn't mind it too badly, so I just kept doing it.
And did you ever worry about the war aspect of it? I mean, did you ever worry about like, oh my God, we're gonna have to like blow people up and stuff? I mean, do you worry about
No, especially the kind of submarine that I was on was a ballistic missile submarine. We're the ones that avoid all that stuff.
Right.
We're supposed to hide.
Right.
And not only that, even our schedule doesn't really change. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. Like,
really?
It's still, because there's 2 crews on those submarines, and they basically tag team every 4 months.
Wow.
So it was a very steady schedule. You could roughly plot out that 2 years from now I should be home for Christmas. So it was better than normal, right?
So it's the closest to a 9-to-5 job you're going to get in the Navy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And half of the time, and half of the time the submarine is gone with the other crew.
Right.
So you work in an office then. You have like an office job, and it is kind of like a 9-to-5, but it's reasonably lax because you don't have a submarine to take care of. All you're doing is just some training.
Right. Oh, nice.
Right.
So you're getting trained in that time off, basically to keep you up to date on everything that's changing on the sub. Interesting. That's neat.
Yeah. So anyway, so I did all that stuff, but I was still doing some of that work. I wasn't on submarines anymore, but I was still doing related work when I met Ryan.
Right.
Right. So this was in my off time, like I was just wanting to build my own computers, right, and had put this brand new Intel SSD in there and found this thing with it. One thing led to another, and Ryan said, "Well, hey, I could use a storage editor. I would like you to come and write for me,
right?
Since you seem to know what you're talking about with some of this stuff."
And you guys were local to each other at the time?
No, he lived right here, actually, now to where I have moved.
Oh, really?
He's like one neighborhood over. Huh. Yeah, he's one neighborhood over from me now.
Right.
But back then he was still here, and I was down like in Georgia.
Huh.
And since then I was still in the Navy and went to like Virginia and then Texas, and then finally retired from the Navy and then just came up here.
Thank you very much, PG Wipeout, for your gifted subscriptions and all. Did someone have a question?
No.
I heard something going on.
Actually, I have to go now.
Yes, go run. As I say,
all right.
Feel free to stay, go as you see fit. But
all right.
Thank you, Chunky.
Are we going to be doing another one?
Yeah,
like Sunday or something.
I'll bug you again when I get the memory that apparently we need for this. All
right, sounds good.
But I think I'll just get the ones that you've suggested. You're saying Canada Computes is the cheapest?
Yeah, that's the link in the Tech Bandit.
And you think that's the one to go with? I'll do that then.
It looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, great. I'll do that. I'll order that then.
Right.
I'll order that today, Noodles, and then we'll be good. We'll probably get in a couple of days. There's no. I don't think there's a shortage on them.
Try to get it done before online school starts.
Well, when does online school start?
I think it's the Monday or the Tuesday.
I know that Baz they've extended his holiday by a week, and then they're adding.
Online school.
You get wait.
Oh yeah.
You get your holiday extended.
Didn't they extend the holiday, Baz?
They did?
I thought they did.
It sounds very excited.
I know. That's
I have no idea. I didn't know.
I thought
they originally were going to extend the
week,
holiday for us, and then they decided that we should just do online school.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping for you to get the PC done before that. Maybe it'd be good for.
Oh, so we'll try to get it done this week then.
Yeah.
I mean, like they say they're gonna do it for 1 week, but honestly, I think it's gonna end up being like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like. Now, what's it like there, Alan? Are you full lockdown and everything there? Or?
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did open restaurants back up, but within reason. Well, I mean, spaced out and like half occupancy or something like that.
But are you basically staying in? Are you sort of avoiding it?
I mean, we are. Yeah, like it's rare. Like we don't go out that often.
Well, I don't go out that often, anyways, either. Actually, so it's not.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we're going out less than we did. Clearly.
Yeah. I'm saving a fortune on restaurants.
Yes.
And travel
Very
and
good.
everything. So but I should go to the chat and see if there's any questions here. All right. So, does anyone have any questions for Alan while we're here? Alan, by the way, just so there's a little background for people as well. After all that, so PC Perspectives was a podcast that I listened to basically religiously because it was. I just wanted to, it's one of those things that I don't.
David.
I didn't. What was that?
David.
Yes.
We need gummy bears for this build.
Oh, gummy bears! Good idea. I'll order some gummy bears too then.
How have we all been so blind? We need the gummy bears.
That's the most important thing. Forget the memory. We just need the.
Yeah.
There's a certain irony that I forgot the memory.
Jelly beans.
Or jelly beans.
Jelly beans? I don't know.
How to get views. Flip, just throw the memory to the ground and start eating gummy bears for the whole
Cracker Jacks.
We definitely need. We definitely need a snack to build with. Of course, I'm trying to be good now. Now that the New Year's upon me, I'm going to try to reduce my intake of absolutely ridiculous.
Is that resolution going to last 3 or 4 days this time?
It's already failed. I failed it at New Year's Eve. I was like, I'm not. Maybe I won't eat bread for a while.
I'm pretty much a noodle, so.
Jelly babies. That's a good idea. Jonathan MLH is suggesting jelly babies. That's very Doctor Who.
I'm sort of like a noodle.
One of my favorite things about, not one of my favorite, but one of the things I love about the Prusa builds is that it actually they have a chart that tells you when to eat the jelly babies the gummy bears that they've included with the package. And I was complaining that the first Prusa that I built had 2 bags, and the second one, which took way longer, only had 1 bag. So I was complaining to Prusa that he needs to put more gummy bears in with the MMU thing. So
it was giving you energy to build with.
that's it. It was my only hope. Wow, an old compact computer. Amu C's got an old compact computer. Well, which one though? Compact had they had a ton of stuff. I would love to get one of the old Commodore 64s. That's one of the ones I want to pick up because that was the one. That's the computer that got me into programming. Computers.
David. Same here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you got one? Did you get one?
Well, I mean, it's long gone, but I had one growing up.
Yeah, me too. That was my baby.
Yeah. That was it. That's what I learned. I cut my teeth on learning how to do computer stuff. Was
basic.
On a C64.
I loved basic. I loved that basic. Loops, lots of loops. Go to. I was like spaghetti code.
Yeah.
It was a disaster.
Well, and any of the games were still. Some of those games still hold up.
Oh man, no, they were I remember they were like arcade quality on a home computer, and that was unheard of at the time.
Yeah, there was this. Even to this day, there's still this big following. Like, there were games on C64. Like, The Last Ninja was one of these games, which I don't know if you had.
Yeah, I didn't have it, but I remember it.
There's that game was known for really good music, and there's a rock band that's like a cover band that has remade the entire soundtrack to that game in rock form.
There's a whole nerdcore. There's a whole nerdcore music scene.
Oh yeah,
that's based on all of those old 8-bit processors.
Yeah.
You know what has really good music?
What's that?
Tetris.
Yeah. The Russian theme. Was that now? That's a question about Tetris. Was it a Russian game?
I think one of them was based on a Russian
Give me a sec.
song.
Because it had a Russian theme to it for sure. First build was an old compact with a 256 megabyte hard drive. Yeah, I remember. Look, 256 megabytes. I rember when that was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Tetris soundtrack was based on a classical.
It's based on a Russian poem of the same. It's based on a Russian poem, and the name of it is Korobieniki.
What was that?
It's Tetris. First of all, Tetris is Russian, and the theme is based off a Russian poem.
Oh, really? It's based on a Russian poem. That's quite fast.
Yeah.
A Soviet game. There you go. Not even a Russian game. A Soviet game, says John.
Soviet game. Mark the Hammerhead Sickles zombie shark.
Oh, I created one. I'll send you a link. I said I put together a Photoshop of the sickle cell Mark the Shark. I'll send it to you in the next show notes I do. I'll do in fact I'll do show notes about this episode, and I'll send you the shark. You can see what it's all about.
You have a picture?
I do, but I don't think it's on this computer. It's on the other computer, so I don't think I can't bring it in right now. You know what? I'm gonna put out a request actually now while I've got everybody. I want to do so. I've put together a little Arduino setup with LEDs, the pixel. What are they called? I can't remember what they're called now. Yeah. The NeoPixels. And it's just a little light ring that I have being run by an Arduino. But I want to 3D print a Stargate Atlantis Stargate to put in front of it, and I want to then print it in a nice light material that it'll actually allow these lights to come through. But I can't find a model that will allow me to basically what I need is a full model, and I want just the interior bit to be able to be a different material so that I can have a solid Stargate with a slightly more clear material in the center. I thought I might try to bug Glitch UK or something about it, but because then I can do my Stargate Squirrel Cam and actually have some LED lights in the background as well. So if anyone's got a good model of an Atlantis Stargate, I guess it could be an SG-1 Stargate as well because we are Earth-based. But it just might be kind of fun to have the Stargate one because that was more of the disco lights. We used the disco lights on our show as opposed to the mechanical.
Wait, so question.
Yeah.
There's multiple Stargates, right?
There are multiple. Yes. So there's an Atlantis one, an SG-1, and there's some space gates. There's different ones on different planets. So, but the one that I'd like to get would be the Atlantis one. And I know there is some really nice models out there, but they're not necessarily built for me to be able to do multiple materials in it.
Yeah, you were on Stargate Atlantis.
Well, David, you can use just the maybe not the slicer program, but just the editor.
Mesh Mixer is. I've been using Mesh Mixer, but the problem is because of the way they're all designed, to try to actually slice out just that section, it's not really designed for that kind of specificity.
Yeah, I know. But you might be able to do it by doing the import multiple times. In other words, like you take the original model and just cut out like a center cylinder.
Yeah, that might be the way to do it.
Right? And then you'll end up with the outer band, right? Yeah. And then you have to like kind of take notes for yourself and okay, what was the diameter this time and that time, right?
And then you just using bits.
Yeah, and you just make another, yet another narrower cylinder, and then a narrower again, and then you'll have like 3 slices, and then you should just be able to like take the center band, and have that be the other material.
Would Mesh
it's a little
Mixer
tricky.
allow me to do that? Do you think? Does Mesh Mixer allow you to cut circles? Is that? I wonder if that's.
I think so.
You can do it in Mesh Mixer. Okay, well I've been playing with Mesh Mixer. I love Mesh Mixer is great. I gotta say I'm amazed at it. I was thinking I may have to go to Fusion to get it done, but anyways, it's sort of an aside. But I was thinking I might get in touch with Glitch because Glitch built this beautiful mechanical Stargate with 3D printing and stuff. But all of their components are they're in separate pieces that have to be first off combined to make it small enough to work with my webcam, and so that you have to basically align them all, and then I'd have to figure out how to get the different materials in there. So I wondered if they've got the, I don't know if it's a he or she, has got the models. It might be easier for them just to do it with the models that they've already got. So,
yeah.
It's a full-time job. Do you have? I can do that.
Full-time job.
How are you doing, Cal? By the way, are you still there?
Yeah.
All right.
Just doing the Reddits.
Do you have any PC related questions for? Because you're into all this stuff. You've been building stuff for a while too, right?
No.
Yeah.
I got my broken hard drive refunded.
You got your broken. Very nice. And what about? And which GPU are you using now?
Who made the hard drive? I'm curious.
Western Digital.
And it failed early?
It arrived dead.
It arrived dead. And what was it? The board or the board or the
full-time job posted a link for 3D printing, I think, in the chat.
Sorry, what was that, Noodles?
It's a full-time job, posted a 3D printing link.
Let me have a look. I bet you I've already looked at it. Because I have been, oh my god, I spent the entire holiday looking at videos on how to do Mesh Mixer. paste and go. Let's do it. What do we got? Let's have a look. Yeah.
Hello, makers. Welcome to 3D Maker Noob.
Oh, no, I haven't seen this
I'm
one.
Joe, and today I'm going to show you how to create...
All right, I will look at that. Yeah, it's the weird thing is because the Stargate is so... It's quite intricate because each one of the like the address symbols are they're quite nuanced. So it's very difficult to cut out little pieces of them. They tend to sort of shard off into the actual Stargate itself. So
well, you don't have. I mean, if you're printing the center band, you wouldn't have to cut anything. You could just have the holes as part of the print.
I'm gonna go. I have to go now.
Oh, you got to go.
If you need.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm just a bit
Noodles.
tired.
Have a good one. We will talk to you soon. I'll keep you posted. But as soon as I'll order those things as soon as.
Yeah.
And then, and by the way, Monday, we're going to talk to a guy that I've met who does music for games and music and also game design. And he's a young guy, like still in high school, I think, who's doing a bunch of this stuff. And I just thought it might be kind of fun to talk to someone who's doing some sort of game design and music stuff as well. So,
Yeah. What time are we thinking of?
I'm thinking Monday, like doing a Monday after school thing, like a 4 p.m. thing.
Yeah, after school. So
yeah, so it'll be like a 4 p.m. Tech Bandits as usual.
Okay.
That's the plan. His name's
Sounds good.
Nate, and he's great. His music is like I just don't know how he does it. Like it's really, some of it's really weird stuff, but it's really fun. So, all right, Noodles. Look, thank you very much, and Happy New Year to you.
You could have.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year
have
to
a great
everyone.
One. Talk soon. Say hi to the family.
Soon. Bye. Hi, family.
Hey, David, give me 2 seconds after you kill the stream.
Oh, very good. I'll wrap it up. Well, what time is it now? It's 4:30. What time did we start? Like around
2?
Oh, around 2. Oh, very good. Very good. All right. Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a little bit more. But all right. So 2 streams are becoming a tradition. New Year's Day streams. Yeah, it is becoming. Well, I just thought, what better day for streaming than than the first day of the year. Where's my little? Where's that? Why is it not
Oh wait. Are you done?
Well, we can wrap up if you want. If you want to bail, you want to get out of here?
No.
Feel
I
free.
can say once you're done, tell me.
Okay, all right. Everyone.
Once you're done, tell me. I'll probably. I can stream.
Oh, are you gonna do a stream?
Yeah, I can.
I'll raid you then. I'll raid you when we stream. So Alan, would you be up? I apologize for. I hope I haven't wasted your time. But it's been kind of fun to sort of just.
I'm just hanging out.
Oh, good. Okay. Because that basically, this is the kind of disorganized chaos that I like to run here.
I know.
As you know, exactly.
Just like PC Perspective.
No, PC Perspectives was way more organized. Are you kidding?
Well, it took us a while to get there.
Oh, really? Okay, so there's hope for me, you're saying?
Possibly.
Right. Now, will Intel? Do you think Intel will let you do some stuff on the? Would they let you do some podcasting on the side as well?
I mean, not a regular thing, and I'm there to be just neutral if I'm doing it. Like I try not to be there.
Right,
I'm not just there as like the Intel shill that's trying to push his. Whereas,
right.
And
what about Ryan?
Yeah.
How's Ryan doing there? I haven't talked to Ryan for years now.
Ryan's super busy because he's higher up the chain than I am and has way more meetings than I do.
And I feel sorry for him already. Is he working on the chips themselves? He's working on the chip department, or what's his? Are we allowed to say?
No, he's just general like public relation-y type stuff.
Oh wow! Oh my God!
Right?
Then yes, he's got to be going nuts right now. Then.
Yeah, I mean for anything, right? So even for like my storage stuff, like I might let him know things, and he works on CPU stuff.
I might let him know stuff. I might not.
Well, it depends on if it's something that he needs to, have an opinion on or be aware of or whatever, right? But
and so he was brought in basically damage control as well, right? Because their marketing had completely backfired. And
well, no, the idea is just to make sure that we're just doing the right things as far as what they say or do or whatever, or how would we react to a way a certain company does a certain thing or whatever, like just kind of like reality check kind of just making sure things are handled properly.
Is he enjoying
kind of
it?
thing.
You get the sense he's enjoying it though.
Yeah, I think he likes it.
Because I gotta say,
like
the
it.
PC perspective must have been a hard slog. That's a lot of work on a weekly basis to be doing.
Yeah, yes. He was doing probably the same amount of work.
Right.
But it was just trying to keep advertisers coming to the site and trying to keep keeping the lights on and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like he did an awful lot of work to keep that site going.
What are there people you're watching now? Like, who else do you watch now? Like, what are there like?
Yeah, like I watch. I tend to watch more of the technical and they, obviously people that tend to focus more on storage. So like, I'll watch Level 1 Techs, which is Wendell.
Level.
I don't know if you heard.
Text. Okay, I gotta start.
Yeah, Level 1 Techs. He's real in the weeds.
Yeah.
As far as technical, like he's does a bunch of Linux stuff and server build type stuff and.
Because of Raspberry Pi, I started playing with the Linux, and I remember I used to love this stuff, and it's kind of nice to come back to it. Okay, so Level 1 Techs. Who else do you like?
Most of the other ones is just the mainstream YouTube stuff that I'll watch clips here and there,
Linus?
depending on.
Linus?
Yeah, I watch Linus.
I like Linus. I gotta say. People always have different things to say about him, but I really like. I don't
watch all of his stuff, but
Tech Tips.
You like it?
I love Linus Tech Tips.
Yeah, me too. It just because it's that enthusiasm. I love that enthusiasm.
Yeah, he's fun.
I'll pretty much watch.
He made me really want a VR.
Oh, great! So he's selling you stuff. Are you VRing?
On today's episode of the most expensive.
Is who VRing?
Alan, are you doing VR? Are you into this?
As I reach down to open my drawer and pull this out.
Ooh, what's that one?
What's this one?
Was that the Vive?
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
The new Vive.
We were looking at the Oculus, but I just don't like the idea that it's so linked to Facebook. It really bothers me.
Well, that and it's doing all the compute power on its own.
Right, but I like that. I don't have to worry about my PC crashing.
Is that a good VR headset? Because I'm really thinking of getting VR.
It's good,
VR.
but
we just have the
it's
older
good,
ones.
but unfortunately, it's pricey. So
what is pricey? Like, what does that cost now?
The Vive Pro? I don't know. What does the Vive Pro cost
Let's
now?
find out.
I just want to say something. If you get a computer with a
Oh wait, it's not the
VR,
Vive Pro, is it?
just be
It's not
careful
the Vive
not
Pro.
to
Sorry.
touch your monitor.
What was that, Wolf Pup? I missed that.
I was saying, if you get a VR, make sure you don't punch your monitor. I got really close.
You punched your monitor almost?
I don't do that.
I touched it, and then I pulled I was going really slow up to, because I was trying to poke something in the game, and then I barely touched the monitor, and my hand flinged back so far.
Sorry, that I brain farted. It's not a Vive Pro because the reason I got confused is because I still have the Vive Pro handsets.
Controllers. That's so funny. So what is?
I still have the old. So that's a Valve Index is the new one.
Oh, Valve Index, and is that
that's
like the highest resolution available, isn't it?
It's one of the higher end ones. Yeah.
What is it?
But is it more expensive?
It's over 1,000. It's like over 1,000.
Than a Vive Pro? Yes, it's more expensive than a Vive Pro.
And it's not doing the processing, so it's just you're paying the optics mainly.
Yeah, it's the optics and the sensors, and it comes with the whole kit, right? So it's
and you
sensors
need
that have to go up in the corners, and
oh god, but then you got to set up a whole room for it. Like I feel like,
and then the controllers are if I can get one a dang drawer. The controllers are pretty cool on this one though, because they have capacitive sensors in the grip of the controller, so it knows where your fingers are.
Oh wow.
So like you tighten this so it just holds on, and so now you can do this with your hand open, and it knows your hand's open when it is open, and then if you close your hand, then it knows that your hand
that's
is.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is now the time to be buying VR though, or is it something that it needs to mature a bit? I feel like it's not. It wasn't there when I was playing. I was playing with the original Vive, or as Vive as I called it because it's very French.
If you had an original Vive, like that's not shabby. It's still good.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I just want to say the thing about VR is I was playing like a more kiddie game, and I got like 3 people raising the middle finger at me with the Valve Index.
Oh really? Because they could. Well, because you can.
Yeah.
It's
so.
That's
so I mean, all it is slightly increasing the specs. Like so if you have an HTC Vive, like I mean, that's what I had before this one, and it was fine. It was
development
good.
kit, so it's a little kludgy.
It was a little developy, yeah. It's true.
Well, this actually was the development. This was the developer's kit that I got sent. So.
Oh, you had a DK for okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they did eventually make a retail version of that, and it was good, but the newer ones is just slightly higher resolution.
Yeah.
For what you're looking at, which means that obviously you need better graphics card to try to move up to that. So in some respects, you might actually want the older one, right?
I just want like a good cheap one so that I could play some fun games. Like
Yeah, HTC Vive you see people selling those on eBay for like, I don't know, I think they're going for probably 300-ish or something for like potentially a whole kit.
Well, Baz, I guess we could set your room up somewhat, I suppose. Ours, so you can actually see in the corner of my.
I just want it.
There, I still have.
I want it
sensors
mainly
up there.
because I want to play VR Minecraft is one of the main things.
Oh, I thought you were going to say VR chat.
I love the idea
that
of
was
VR
the other
chat.
thing.
VR chat's
That's the other thing that I want to play.
I mean, if you have the development kit, you might have most of what you need, and you might be able to get away with only upgrading the headset if there even is a difference worth upgrading it for.
Oh,
Is
I
there a
also want
wireless
Beat
headset
Saber,
for
and
that?
there's also a rec
It's real
room
tricky.
type thing that I really want as well.
I found the cabling really messy. Of course, because
No, but there's like this other one where you're able to like customize the people that are in your rec room, and it's really fun.
I love that idea. I love the idea of doing like, if you have to do virtual tech bandits, which I guess we hopefully won't have to do for much longer, but I mean 6 months by the sound of it at least. Then it would be kind of neat to be able to have like a virtual hangout place. You know what I mean? Like as opposed to just windows of boring old guys talking. I speak to myself, of course.
Oh no, me too.
Yeah. Which I'm totally fine with, but I'm just wondering from a kid's perspective. Like this is a sort of a very non-official Tech Bandits chat, because I of course wanted to get the build sorted out, but of course it's important to have memory apparently. So Nixie just got the Quest 2. What do you think of the Quest 2? I just don't like the idea that that Facebook is literally on my face.
Wouldn't it track your eyes? I feel like that's something that it would do.
It would track everything, wouldn't
it? No, they don't have eye tracking. They don't have eye tracking yet.
I'll tell you what I loved playing with, and John P7's just brought it up here, is I absolutely loved the HoloLens. I thought it was just... Because that, to me, I'm much more interested in the idea of an augmented reality than I am virtual reality. I guess I get sick. It's like being on a ride. I feel ill. Whereas
I want an augmented reality just because there's like this version where you're able to like hang out people from like that don't exist and stuff. So like you can hang out with anime characters and stuff.
Yeah, I think
that's
well,
I want the VR mainly.
What was the term from your favorite book? It was called what was it, Baz? In Ready Player One, what was it called?
About Ready Player One?
Yeah, Ready Player One. There was I can't remember what they called it, the world that they lived in or whatever it was. Someone will get it in chat.
The Oasis.
The Oasis, that's it. That's the dream, isn't it? Is the idea of being able to like create whatever you want and go from there. Uh-oh, what's Alan got? There you go. Let me guess. First edition, signed perhaps?
Wait for it.
Because he's an uber nerd.
Hold on, I gotta flip to the right page.
There you go, everyone's got it. The Oasis.
Hold on. You gotta have it signed by both.
Oh, and Will Wheaton. Nice. Good, because Will did the audiobook. I was so jealous of that.
Yes.
Although, here's the weird thing. I don't like listening to nonfiction. I don't like listening to fiction in audiobooks. I only listen to nonfiction. Because I don't like other people's voices doing I like to do the imagining. I'd rather have it just read flat, is my thing. Raid!
I will say...
Oh my god, it's a Barnacles raid. Thank you, Barnacles.
Oh boy.
Do you know Barnacles, Alan?
I mean, not personally. I follow him.
because he's he was a Microsoft guy for years.
And then one of my birthday presents.
Oh my God! Holy cow!
Oh boy.
Well, welcome Barnacles and your crazy army of Abarna raids. I'm talking with Alan right now, who is our guest PC guru, who's been doing some.
Barnacles is also a PC guru.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. Well, he was the one who actually. So Barnacles was the one who got me because I started doing tech. I did tech talk with Barnacles and with Ox there, and Ox works at Puget Systems, and that's what made me think I should go that route. But because then I thought, okay, then I could just concentrate on building PCs for the Tech Bandits as opposed to for just for myself. I thought I'd spend more time trying to fix whatever I'd built than the other way around. Oh look, so I meant. Amigonio is I can't say that word. I'm actually in the process of building my first PC. Really? There you go. Yes, Barnacles, we shall chat tomorrow. 2021, we'll be doing our first tech talk of 2021. What are we talking about, Barnacles? We got any good ideas?
Oh,
can I turn my mic down? Am I too loud?
Can I tell a funny story that happened yesterday?
What do you got?
Turn your volume down. I was talking to people on Discord, and they could tell I was getting tired because I was barely even talking, mostly because I was concentrating on playing Escape from Tarkov.
I can't talk and play at the same time. I'm not. It's that multitasking thing I'm not good at. So they could tell you were getting tired. They
could tell they were getting tired, and then because I wasn't talking at all.
Right.
Someone said, "Is Wolfpup still awake?" And I'm like, "Barely." And then they're like, and it was very and then it was just very silent.
Right.
And then I said, "It's kind of past my bedtime."
Right.
Just as a little joke.
It's too late. See if that helps. What is Tech Talk, please? So Tech Talk is Barnacles' Saturday stream that he does with Auxiliary, and they talk. Well, basically, they post a title for what they're going to talk about that relates to tech, and then generally we never get around to it because I've basically been crashing their stream for a few weeks now, actually, and just love it because we just get to do basically this. We just get to talk. And Alan, you should join us one day because it's just. I mean, it's total geek out, but it's really, we just cover, it's whatever we really feel like talking about, but we like to have a few sort of topics that are, we'll do everything from, rockets to quantum mechanics to, basically getting most of it wrong, but at least talking about it.
Nuclear power.
There you go. Nuclear power. That's the way to go. Hey, Mickberg, thank you very much. It's super duper cool is what it is. Random FTW. I don't know what FTW is, but that sounds...
For the win.
For the win, is that what it is?
Come on, get with the cool kids, David.
So hip and cool. I'm just too damn old for the win. Thank you, Barnacles. So, did we find out what we're talking about tomorrow? Is there any ideas, or what do people want to talk about? Any good tech stories of 2021 that we should be talking about? It's 1 p.m. my time, so it's 1 p.m. EST.
Oh, he wants to talk about the Microsoft hack.
Oh, what? Is there another one, like a recent one? Oh, James Gurney just did OK Boomer to me. I am not a boomer, damn it. I think I'm Gen X, aren't I? Thank you very much, Henri. 8600. Is that like a
Here,
PC
David.
reference?
Here, David.
Oh man, what's he found? What's he found now? This is like Alan's show and tell. We should just call it that.
Okay, boomer. Well, ballistic missile submarines are called boomers, so okay.
Oh,
okay,
there
boomer.
you go. There you go. There's your boomer, folks. Barnacles and your army.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm quite quiet compared to everyone else. You know why? Because I'm not really close to my microphone and I'm not doing my ASMR. Let me turn myself up a bit. How's that? A little better? Every time someone says, okay, boomer, my Google Assistant lights up. Nice. Well, because Barnacles used to be in the Navy working the nuclear submarines and being in charge of the nuclear part of the nuclear submarines.
I used to be. Barnacules used to work at Microsoft.
And Barnacules used to work at Microsoft, yes. Well, I figure the Barnacules people know where he used to be. But Alan, definitely, yes, was in the Navy running nuclear subs. It's always kind of fun to talk to him about, casual things like PC builds and such. So we went to build, so just so the Barnacules knows, we went to do a PC build today and discovered that I'd forgotten to order the memory. So that's how, there you go. There's some tech talk. Woohoo! Right here. I blame Zelenka, just to be very clear.
David forgot his memory? That never happened.
Yeah, Zelenka forgot to order the memory. I entirely blame him. All right. I should join Tech Talk on a regular. I kind of do, don't I, Barnacules? I get so many PC parts builder lists that are missing memory and graphic cards. Yeah, no kidding, Barnacules. But I know what I'm supposed to order now because we had Lord Chunky and Alan talk us through this stuff. All right, if Microsoft messes up, nuclear goes. But it's true actually. Wait a second. Now is the Navy's uses Microsoft, doesn't it? Or are you allowed to say that?
They use all sorts of stuff.
See me raising my hand. Oh my god.
They got Linux on servers. They got Microsoft they got Windows on desktops. Just regular, what you might expect.
But the subs themselves are they're not running on Windows.
Well, there are Windows PCs on subs, but they're not doing anything important.
And so you must have to firewall or separate them all, or
they're not even on
them
the
or
same.
whatever?
It's not even the same network. It's air-gapped is the term.
That's the term, air-gapped. Although fire-gapped sounds way cooler.
Firewalled? No. Firewalled implies that they're still connected, but via some system. Air-gapped is there's not even a connection.
Right.
It's it's physically impossible to even get bits from one to the other. It's not even.
And I'm assuming security is a big thing. Did you ever have an interest in that stuff, in the cybersecurity hacker side of stuff?
That's what the second half of my neighbor career was.
Was all of that?
Yeah.
Oh right. What am I saying? So, in what aspect though?
Network offense and defense. I did reverse engineering malware. I did made sure other countries didn't hack into the Navy's networks and So
what do you think of the recent Russian hacks then?
The recent ones, in the past.
The solar, what do they call solar winds, solar something or another?
Oh, that's Russia's always after Russia likes hacking.
Yeah.
Put it that way. They like to hack things. Usually they like to hack things to try to get money. Usually.
Well, but it's also just it's a cost-effective way of warfare, isn't it? I've got to say it's always been fascinating to me that aspect of stuff. Maybe because of Neuromancer and the whole sort of cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
But someone keeps bouncing in and out. Is that you, Ironham?
I'm very sorry. I did not mean to do that. I'm making a server for something.
Oh, really? What are you making a server for? Oops, I don't want that. Don't do that.
So me and my friends are thinking of making an SMP type thing.
Yeah.
So I have to make the Discord server for the script for what our SMP is gonna be. It's a Minecraft SMP.
So what does SMP mean? Just for those of us who are 1,000 years old.
Okay, do you want to know the textbook definition of SMP, or do you want to know the Minecraft definition?
Do the Minecraft.
Minecraft, because otherwise, isn't it sex something?
Okay.
Yes, it's
it's sex marketplace.
There you go. So we're not creating. Just to be very clear to everybody, we are not creating a sex marketplace. Very good.
We're creating a survival multiplayer.
Right. Okay.
And
survival
that's basically
multiplayer.
A Minecraft world. That's basically a Minecraft world with a bunch of we have our script and we have
drama.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Oh, look at people are pretty quick on this. They've got it on the chat. They were right in there. They knew right away. See, I'd never heard the term survival multiplayer. Do you do Minecraft at all, Alan?
No, I never got into it somehow.
God, it's what one of the funnest things I had on Minecraft was they had turtle programming. So you take these little robotic turtles in Minecraft and you could program them to do things. And I just had so much fun. It's like little Roombas that could do mining and stuff for you.
I just want to say I'm going to go have a quick snack to keep me running.
You go. In fact, I've got to run too because it's almost 5 o'clock and I've been babbling for far too long.
I will be back.
Bye.
if
Raid
Baz
me
is-
then, please.
Oh, are you streaming, buddy?
Well, I'm going to.
Well, start streaming and then I'll
raid.
raid you, and then we'll wrap up and I'll do a raid. But
I gotta take off actually.
oh, do you? All right, man. Was that giant light coming on? Was that like? Is that one of your? I was gonna say.
No.
It makes me nervous when you talk, about nuclear, and then there's a sudden, very bright white light. Yeah, you may have got something wrong. All right, Alan. Look, thank you so much, man. Do you want me to? You want to touch base? We'll touch base offline soonish. You wanted to talk about something?
Yes.
I'm gonna head out as well.
All right, man. You start your stream, buddy. Alan, thank you so much. And I'll bug you again soon about a real build when I've actually got all the parts.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Have a good one. Thanks much. Cheers.
See ya. Happy New Year.
Same to you. All right. Oh my God. I could just like pick that guy's brains like all the time. He's like one of those. And the other thing that's extraordinary about it, he reminds me so much of Rob Cooper, who is the guy behind the McKay character in Stargate, the writer who actually first wrote McKay. He's just got very similar. They're both very, very smart, very sort of like, sort of soft, not soft spoken, but just, they don't do a lot of talking, but they just, it's amazing to pick his brains. Had a good week, World Builder and Dog. I had a very good week. Although I gotta say, I tweeted this the other day, I've just found the whole New Year's thing and Christmas thing difficult this year. Like I just found like, it's like, oh great, it's Christmas. We'll all have a Skype and talk. And it's like, oh my God, it's all we've been doing is Skyping and Zooming and all that crap. So it's definitely been weird. How about you, Wolf Pup? From a Tech Bandits perspective, how are you finding this whole holiday thing? Oh, they're eating now, aren't they? Right. He went to get a snack. Never mind.
No, I ran up and came back down. It's because my parents said they already ordered food, so I shouldn't eat stuff.
What did they order? What did they get? What are you getting?
Me pizza.
Oh yeah, pizza's my favorite food.
We have pizza like once in a while.
I love pizza. Where do you go? What do you order? Who do you order from? Do you do pizza, or do you do like Domino's or
Pizzaville, I think.
Oh, Pizzaville. Oh, Pizzaville. They're the ones that used to have the ads like that. Pizzaville. I don't think we've done Pizzaville. We like Pizza Nova too. It's really good. I like them. Pizza, heck yeah. Someone was saying hello from Iceland. Oh, Drysill. Well, welcome and thank you. Happy New Year from Iceland. Oh my God, I gotta get to Iceland sometime. I gotta drag the kid over there. I actually first thought that it was Rob Cooper. Yeah, no kidding, isn't it? Opticum. It really does. He looks so much like Rob. And I think Rob had a background in science as well. I think Rob Cooper. Oh no, Bertley, you can't outgrow pizza. You got to start making your own then or something, because you can't outgrow pizza. That's just wrong. We managed to get the boys together on the porch Sunday. Oh, good. We got a big porch heater, smaller fire pit, had a good time keeping everyone safe. Oh, that's great, Pac Mom. We did. We had mulled wine on the front porch. That was one of the things we got up to, was mulled wine. And what else we did? We did some skating. Baz. And we watched Wonder Woman, as I said. God.
I'm trying to think. Have me and my family traveled anywhere other than in Canada? Wow. I know my mom has went somewhere out of Canada, but I definitely have not.
You've never traveled outside of Canada? Well, because Canada's so big. There's so many exciting things to see in Canada anyways. You know? And the weird thing is, like, we went to New Zealand and everyone's like, oh my God, New Zealand is so beautiful. I was like, New Zealand is absolutely beautiful. I love it. But it looks very much like parts of Vancouver as well, which I thought was interesting. Gigoku, thank you very much. Thank you, Cal, for keeping me honest. Excuse me. So what are we up to then? So I'm so embarrassed that I forgot to order the damn memory, but it makes sense that I did, because I've just been trying to do too many things at the same time of late. So the idea is that this is a one of our fabulous followers donated a chunk of change for us to build a PC, a gaming PC for one of our tech bandits, Google Noodles, as I call her. And so I thought, because we can't get together to build it together, we were gonna build it, and then I was gonna pull it all apart and make her build it again, because I wanted her to do the build. I think she'd get more out of it if she actually did the build herself. But I thought by doing it first, she could get a sense of. I mean, I would make all the mistakes for her. And if I broke something, then I could only get mad at me. So I figured we'd do that. And then, of course, I discovered that I hadn't actually, while I ordered all these wonderful fancy things, I'd actually forgotten to get the DDR4 memory that we needed. So I'm going to order that as soon as I'm off the stream, and then hopefully have this thing built by the end of the week so she could start using it for school next week, which would be kind of fun. I have a bunch of blue screens of death. Oh my god, ended up being bad memory, so I always run a mem test. Well, I'm totally going to do what Alan and I were talking about, which is I'm going to build it on the motherboard box. So you start with your motherboard. So you pull your motherboard out of the box, pop it on top, and then just plug everything in there.
I need to ask one question just
yeah,
to
what do you got,
see if
Wolf?
I remember.
What do you got?
The motherboard is where you put all the other stuff on, correct? Like you put the CPU on the
it's like the backbone of the whole thing. So everything plugs into the motherboard. The CPU plugs into it, which is your central processing unit. You got your GPU. They go into slots. Yeah, everything runs off of that. Even these little guys. What are they called? The M1s. The little SSDs. They also plug into the motherboard now as well. So, sorry, I'm not showing off parts for any. These are all parts we bought. They're not. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just. Well, DStat bought these for us, but I'm not saying you should buy these specific types of things. They're just what we felt were the right thing for Fake Noodles. As kids, we would have.
Can I tell you something quite cool?
What was that?
I was asking if I can tell you something really cool.
Only if it's really cool, Wolf Pup.
On a Discord server that I'm on, they have counted up. They've counted up to. I don't know how to.
Thank you so much, Digraphin. So on the Minecraft server that you're doing, Digraphin, thank you very much for the subscription. Much
no,
appreciated.
not on the Minecraft server, on a Discord server.
Yeah.
They have counted up to 16,307. No mistakes. All right. They've counted up.
But what are they counting?
They're just counting for the sake of counting.
They're literally just counting without mistakes. Who's they?
It's. How do I. There's loads of people. There is some random people in here. And then there's, like, lots of mods.
The count would love it. Oh, am I wearing the count? No, I'm wearing. I got my Oscar the Grouch socks, but they come with Cookie Monster. So Cookie Monster? Is he the other side?
They have certain mods, like real people, that if they miss the number, then they will delete the message.
Thank you, Foxat. Appreciate you coming by. A pleasure. We'll see you in the next couple of days because I'm gonna work again on this build once I get my once the memory shows up. So the idea of this Discord server is literally just a count. You just do the count.
No, the server is my friend invited me to this server. It's a Club Penguin server.
A Club Penguin, like the old days?
It's a Club Penguin Chapter 2 server. And
really?
if you play it in the server, like if you play Club Penguin, when they say, "Bro, play Club Penguin,"
yeah,
you can win Discord Nitro.
Oh, I see. So there's a giveaway involved. I think I by accident signed up for Nitro, and I think I'm paying for it now. Jack Jasra, Happy New Year, my friend.
My friend won Nitro through it.
That PC is the build that we're about to do for Noodles, but we're not doing it today because I forgot to order memory, because I'm an idiot. Because I'm not, I play brilliant on television only, as my son says. Look, I should wrap this up. because my wife is outside freezing to death with her friends and our friends, in fact, and my son wants to do some streaming. So I'm gonna pass you all over to him. All right. Wolf Pup, you want to join Baz on his stream?
Yep.
And then James Gurney, yes, sir. I have got to sort out D&D. I can't believe I haven't done it yet. I'm on board for your agent and kid to join in as long as they cast me as the Goblin in the next movie. You got it. Because, agents, they're always so good at... Well, actually, my agent is actually very good at getting me jobs. I've got too many damn jobs now. They've all been pushed until February now, though, because of the pandemic stuff, because of COVID. I don't actually go back until February now. And I should mention this. So Christina, was it Christina? Yeah, it was Christina. Christina sent me this little Dremel back when I didn't have a dog. And it's just literally for doing the dog's claws. Well, I've started using it on our dog now because she's got these horrible claws that scratch. She eviscerates me every time she jumps up. But I love the Dremel so much that for Christmas, I went full Dremel. I went full metal Dremel. I've got the entire Dremel kit sorted out now, so that I can do more of the... I want to use it to clean up 3D prints and stuff, because I find the sanding very difficult, and there's so many little tiny parts and stuff, and the Dremel is just freaking amazing for it. We've already used it once, because we've set it up to... we cut some chunks out of the gecko's enclosure so that we could put a mister in there. We got given this a mister like a water mister, and but what kept happening was because we had to, the way it was built, the way the terrarium was built, it put a little too much pressure on the tubes, and so every time the automatic mister went off, basically the system blew up and spewed water all over Baz's room, right? So I cut out a couple little channels using the new Dremel and then fed them in that way, and it's so cool because they got the little mister and stuff. I freaking love the Dremel. Not a sponsor, says James Gurney. It's true. We should. Oh my God, I wish I could. Dremel as a sponsor would have been great. Too late, Dremel. You missed out. Baz is having stream issues. Is he?
Yeah, it went down.
Did he go down? Oh, did he freeze up again? Does he want me to? So I should hold off on doing the raid?
We need to figure out how to keep people here.
I keep talking. Delay, says Cal. Have you met Barnacles? I've met Barnacles online, Jack, but not in person. I'm looking forward to this COVID thing to be over so we can actually get together and hang out. He's like my geek brother. Like we had so much fun chatting. I can't even remember how we connected. Oh, that's right. He rated my son's stream, and my son my son basically cried with joy as all of these raiders came in. He was so excited. And yeah, Jerry's just absolutely lovely. Just love him. I mean, we're like oil and water. We're completely sort of different and yet very much the same on a lot of stuff. So he's a far more outgoing fella than I am, but and a hell of a lot younger. So that might have something to do with it. I keep thinking you have a webcam in your hat. No, I wore this so that when I was building the PC, I'd have a light to see, all those little dark places that my old eyes can't keep track of. I also they've got headphones in them as well. One of my favorite Christmas presents.
That's like what I used for camping. We had these little headbands.
Yeah, but you get them with the headphones in them as well, and then you could be like streaming music and stuff or in my case, podcasts while you're doing stuff. It's pretty great.
I don't watch podcasts.
I know, Bertley. I know. I thought I was so prepared for this podcast. For this. Well, this is a podcast, isn't it? Kind of. It's a stream, I guess. Ish. Yeah, that's right. It's ish.
Because we do lots of other stuff, in my opinion. Well, what I think we do a lot of other stuff. Yeah,
I mean, this is in my dream world. Like, if I could say, like, what would be my wish for Tech Bandits, it would be like to have a virtual makerspace. To have a makerspace that would be available to everybody online in the world, and then local people could come in and out as we went along. So that's what I'd love to do. In fact, I should mention a couple things here actually while I've got people. First off, we've got two one and then an alternating Minecraft server that I want to open up just to Tech Bandits kids. Because I feel like we should have a kids only zone for the Minecraft server, and then there's another one that maybe we can open up to everybody. But I thought if there are people, I want to open Tech Bandits up to basically, young bandits from around the world. So if there are people around the world with kids who they think might be interested in this, please drop me a line. Let me know. Maybe the kids could let me know why they want to join, and I'll try to add some more people to the mix, because I just think it'd be really fun. Don't you think, Wolf Pup, to have kids from different parts of the world, and we could hear about what PC building's like in different parts of the world, or what technology's like, or just I just think different perspectives would be great than just Canadians, right? And a few Brits, because you're based in Ontario as well, right, Wolf Pup?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be nice to not that which is, and it's great because I've never met Wolf Pup. Wolf Pup came to us through, again through the Tech Bandits. I would like more people like Wolf Pup, and I'd like them to sort of to be connected from around the world. So they would go in through I have an email address that I make sort of open to everybody, and I'm sure Cal will beat me to it, but I'll post that there so people can just get in touch. But it's really important to me. I know that parents are big on this stuff, but the whole point of this is I want the bandits to join because the bandits want to join. I have bandits who don't do the stream, who I talk with on Discord and stuff sometimes. But the idea is just to have resources for the kids out there. Like we have Adobe accounts that the kids can use for, I shouldn't say kids, that the bandits can use for editing or for Photoshop or any of those kind of things. I want these Minecraft servers to be available to them so they can try that stuff out. And just as things come along, one of the other things is eventually if I put the Octoprint on my 3D printers, Tech Bandits being able to log in and print their own things, then I could send them off would be great. Good question, Tweety Row. What is the age limit? I mean, what do you think, Wolf Pup? How old are you, Wolf Pup?
I am 11.
11. Okay, so what do you think? Maybe 10 to 16, something like that?
I don't understand the age limit. Oh, age limit. I thought someone said age limit.
Well, just I think for some kids, you don't want to go too low because then it gets hard for the 14 to 16-year-old kids, right? And also it gets hard for the younger kids to fit in. So I feel like, Wolf Pup, you're pretty advanced for where you're at, I think. So, but at the same time, I think 10 to about 15 or 16 is probably a good range. And then they probably want nothing to do with us because they'll want to be streaming and stuff, so... yeah, a very good New Year's Eve. Thank you, Captain Calvin Cat. Stayed at home, watched Wonder Woman, which I gotta say was just silly. Any film that gets into crystals that allow your wishes to come true just seems silly to me, I gotta say. 16 might be too old.
I just want to ask a question to the chat. How did you guys find out about Tech Bandits? It's because I know I found out by watching Barnacles with my dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how it came about?
Yeah, I was watching Barnacles with my dad.
Yeah.
And then for like a few days, whenever the streams came on, I was watching.
Huh. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
And then I sent the email, and then...
There's a lot of people from Barnacles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you emailed me, right?
Yeah,
Well, and I'm using you as a model because I really liked the way you did that. You emailed and said you'd like to join, and it just sounded... And I thought the initiative that was involved in that. So 14. So they're saying it should be 10 to 14. Done. Although, again, if you want to join us and you're a little older, that's fine. I just want to be careful that we don't get too grown up because I just feel like it opens things up a bit too much for it's harder for me to track that stuff. But I'm happy to have guests in. Like, I love having Alan in to talk about stuff, And Captain Calvin Cat's an old Stargate nerd, of course. Stargate, yes. Horrible marketing. Yeah, I know, FBs. I know. Dang. So 39 is a bit too old. Well, but this is the thing is, I feel like what I've been trying to do is doing like Tech Bandit streams and then having just chat streams. And this is kind of just a New Year's stream, so it's just basically everything. How's Baz doing, by the way? Has anyone looked to see if Baz is streaming all right now?
I'm playing with him at the moment.
Oh, what are you playing? What are you guys on?
Minecraft.
Oh, great. Okay, very good. Well, the reality is, Tweety Row, I'm 50-something, so I'm way too old, too. But the idea is, really just, I would like to, like, if this could happen without me, then even better. That's great. I mean, but I feel like that I could be a sort of more supporting side of it. But I'd also really like, Baz has some ideas for streams and stuff, and I wondered if maybe I really want to start also supporting other streamers, right? So, like, if Wolfpup, if and when Wolfpup starts streaming, I'd love to be able to support your streams, or have you on to do like a, maybe, Wolfpup, maybe you should do like a, one of these days, you and I should do a Scratch programming stream, where you just walk me through what you're doing with Scratch programming, because there was some really neat stuff you were working on. Maybe we could come up with a question, something that we want to do that we could get done using Twitch, using Scratch programming. Maybe some robotic stuff even, because we've got this little guy. Maybe
I don't know how to do that one.
No, I know, but we'd figure it out, right? There you go. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna knock things over now. Let's see if I can put him there. Oh, I put his eyes out, didn't I? Damn it! I knocked his eyes out. I do this all the time.
How did the eyes work? Because I was looking at the eyes and I was confused. I was like, how does that work?
Isn't that cool? So it's actually a Raspberry Pi. Oops. So it was a Raspberry Pi. It's just hooked up to a Raspberry Pi. But because there's so many connections to be made because basically each one is a little monitor, right? It's its own little monitor, and then I'm gonna just see if I can get it running again without. Sometimes it doesn't like being plugged in again while it's live, and sometimes it does. Okay, so I'm gonna reboot it now, and you'll see what happens.
I would want to stream, but I still not 13, and my parents, me and my parents have tried to find a way. I have recorded videos because apparently if I record videos and my dad posts it, it still counts as if I'm 13.
That's fine. Yes, you can do that. That's true. I mean, look, I would love to set up a Tech Bandit stream club where we could have, where you could be doing exactly that. And then you can use like the audience that we've got here, which is kind of fun. So you can see it's running through right now. So that's starting up. That's the startup for the Linux that's running, and then it automatically boots into that.
Oh, can I tell you something quite cool?
What do you got?
My dad has a 3D printer, and he has a Raspberry Pi, making it so he can send what he wants to print to the Raspberry Pi.
That's the Octoprint. That's what I've got to set up. That's one of the things that I've got to set up. Is he using a Raspberry Pi Zero for that, or is he using a full Raspberry Pi? I'm curious.
I think it's a full one.
Right.
My dad has set up Octoprint on it.
I love the Octoprint thing. I just haven't got around to it yet. Ms. Liz, thank you so much. And yes, I am. Horrid7. I am definitely coming to Tech Talk tomorrow. So Tech Talk, it'll be on Barnacle channel at, I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern time, I think it is. So yes, I will be chatting with Barnacle yet again. I'm looking forward to catching up with him. It's been a while, actually. That's one of the most fitting follows I've ever done. That's cute. I've tried streaming for the first time and it was fun. Oh, you did? Wait a sec. James, you're doing some streaming? The Pi 4 plus Octoprint plus Spaghetti Detective. Really? I don't know what that is, Leo, but I'm going to look it all up now. Those eyes are creepy. Where can I get them? Exactly, FB. They're, it's called Pi Eyes, and it's Adafruit. They're fantastic. I love them. So basically what you're doing is you're running a little, there's a little Raspberry Pi back here that's running. And you just create a file such that it automatically starts running this this little simulation. But you can do things like add things like the pupil dilation depending on light source. So basically, if you turn the light up, the the eyes close up or open up, depending, just like real eyes. And you can also get them to follow you if you want as well. I haven't done any of that yet. I've just got it up and running. There was so much soldering involved, because each one of these little things have to be soldered. And then there was a little control board that I had to solder up as well. How's the Iron Ham doing? Should we go raid him yet? Because I gotta pee.
It's up.
Is it up and running? Oh, so I should do that. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm gonna send you over to see the kid. I think you'll like him. I do. And we're gonna see everybody. What is it? Today's so see everyone tomorrow for Barnacle stream on Barnacle's YouTube channel. And then Monday, we're going to talk music and gaming with Nathaniel, which I'm really looking forward to, the Tech Bandits. And then, I guess Tuesday we'll do like a little chat and stuff. So I shall say goodbye to everyone. I shall say a fair and adieu. And I will say, till we geek again, cheerio and huzzah! And then we'll do our raid. But let's let the raid get ready to raid. Everybody. Happy New Year. Thank you very, very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for all the Patreon love. Thank you for DStat for getting all these PC components so that I could build this thing for Noodles. Thanks to Wolf Pup for always being here for me. Alan for joining us today, the wonderful Alan Malamentano. And Lord Chunky and my son Iron Ham, who you're about to join. And Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much. Let's make 2021 the best year ever. All right, here we go. We're raiding. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Raid! We're raiding. Woohoo! Nice.
James Gurney in the chat just said, raid coming in. Act normal.
Yeah, that's it. Just act normal. Nice Minecraft server. Where'd you get it? Where do you get it?
Right now I'm on the server and I'm just running in circles trying to get away from it.
Oh, they got a whole bunch. Oh, he's got his follower. He's got his anime follower thing. Ask him about what he's planning on doing.
Planning on doing in the server?
See if you can get him to announce what he wants to do online, because it could be kind of cool. All right, I gotta go because I gotta pee really badly now. All right, Wolf Pup. We'll see you soon. All right, man. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Also, Happy New Year. Also, I just wanted to say
Yes.
I tried to join all the streams. I think it's really fun.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, thank you. Look, you make them better. The more people who are here, the more the merrier. And the more excited and curious people are, even better. And you're the best. So thank you. And we'll have to do a Scratch programming one together at some point. All right. Have a good one, buddy. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye.
All right. I will